Hey, what's going on, everyone? Team Wars Season 2, Week 5. Today we have Three Kings versus Creeping Death, the rematch of last season's championship. And what better way to kick this off with the same folks casting the same game, the same teams once again. My name is Taha, and with me I have Andy and Tutpup. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yo, I'm Tatpa from Bricks and Potatoes. And yeah, we're here to cast, like Taha said, the last season's finalists. So this is sure to be an interesting game. I'm pretty hyped to cast it actually.
And
Yeah,
Andy?
and I'm Andy. Pretty hyped to cast this too. I won't be here for like the beginning of it though, so. Mm.
But yeah, guys, game's going to be starting in 8 minutes, but before that happens, we want to go over a little bit of what's been happening this season first and tell you why this game is so important for both teams. So, Tutpup, you want to do the honors? We can first talk about the Creeping Death division.
Yeah, so we have the Creeping Death division, right? With the suspected leaders would be Creeping Death in this division based on the
The
previous
Death,
season.
their division is the closest, right?
Yeah,
Um,
it's the division that's closest in like each teams to each other. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I feel like the reason for that is when the divisions were made, we like Hur and I created the divisions, and obviously like when we presented the division proposed divisions to the other commissioners and league admins, um, they approved it, but so it wasn't rigged,
yeah,
But basically, we put each team into a tier, or each group of teams into tiers on what they would look like on paper. So, for example, when we looked at Bricks and Potatoes, we saw top level TCG talent and top level Duel Links talent, and TCG players that have proved themselves in Duel Links, like Eugen or Andy. And we said, okay, this is a tier one team. Then we saw the Renegades, who were basically 420 experience, but with more, you know, uh, more higher level players. And we also thought, they were a tier one. So we did that for a lot of the teams, and we created divisions this way. But this division specifically, um, which is named for Creeping Death, it was quite a surprise to see Shrimp Squad. And this is coming from Shrimp Squad's coach, right? This is quite a surprise to see Shrimp Squad do so well in such a stacked division. We
yeah,
didn't
for
expect
sure.
we didn't expect Abusement Park to be this good either, and they've proven themselves to be one of the best teams in the league. And I mean, you've seen that from some of the matches. They've done so well so far too. And Royal Card Fighters also proving themselves. I think they're also 2-2, but I
Even
mean,
your even your team without a win is like it's a team that made playoffs last season, right?
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, dude, you have first, second, third, and fourth both at 2 wins. Like that's actually pretty crazy. And the biggest surprise, honestly, of the division is SunClan being 0-4. That is just something I really did not see coming. I
yeah,
expected them going into the
That's
season to be like a six and
the power of
yeah. I,
the
I
first four teams.
expected Sunclan to be, amongst the top in the league, considering the previous season they actually beat 420 experience, right? Which is basically
yeah,
Renegades, which, as you said earlier, is ranked tier one right now.
yeah. See, SunClan when we made it, who are now like SunClan looks like a team that they'll probably go 5-5 at worst, and 6-4 or 7-3 at best. Like they look like a pretty like not the top level team, but a team that would make the playoffs. That was
Yeah,
our guess. When we looked at this division, we were like, okay, you're gonna have Creeping Death and SunClan make it out, and you're gonna have another team, either Abusement Park or Shrimp Squad, be the wild card. Like this was gonna be one of the divisions where we thought the wild card would be used for, but it looks like it will be used, but different teams. I mean, at this rate, Shrimp Squad and Creeping Death are going to be the top two teams. And the reason, going back to what I was saying before, the reason this match is so important is not only because of pride that Three King want their revenge from what happened in the finals in, a very messy meta and, I would like to say a messy format too, but they're 3-1 right now. They really want to get up into the driver's seat for this division. They want
Yeah.
to be at the top for this division and get a good seeding, because right now all the top level teams are 4-0 and probably are going to be 5-0 as time goes on. But
Yeah,
Shrimp Squad is literally taking Creeping Death spot, and they don't want that at all. And this is going to be very important for them.
yeah, right. Like if we take a look over at Three Kings division, we see Three King is sitting steady at their 4 wins, 0 losses, which is what we would expect from Creeping Death and not Shrimp Squad in the Zombie World division, right? So this match is super important for Creeping Death to prove that, you know, maybe the Shrimp Squad match actually was a fluke, or maybe Shrimp Squad is just that good this season that they can actually dominate the last season's finalists, because that's what they did, right? They won 10-3. That's like actually dominating. So this match is going to be a statement match, not only for Creeping Death or Three Kings, but also for Shrimp Squad and every other team in the future playing Shrimp Squad or Three Kings, really to solidify the power rankings amongst the different divisions.
Yeah. Andy, you had a few words to say?
I wanted to say that I think this week was supposed to be like super hype in terms of matchups, but
Yeah, we have.
like just because Creeping Death isn't undefeated doesn't mean that they should be like taken lightly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, last night, Murder Inc. and ALP played, and we consider those two teams to be, at an equal level. And, Murder Inc. got blown out of the park, and, it's just a lot of Team Wars has to do with out-prepping your opponent. Preparing your opponent, or preparing against your opponent accordingly is just so important. If you don't do that, you'll get blown out. It doesn't matter how good you are with what deck. I mean, like, this isn't a tournament where you can bring a meta deck and bring meta side deck cards and place well if you have luck on your side. It's not like that. There is like little, on a micro level, or on a big scale level, there's little luck in Team Wars. Most of it has to do with preparation and predicting what your opponent will play.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't do that, then you're not going to perform well. And I think that's a reason why maybe Creeping Death got blown out of the park by Shrimp Squad, is because Shrimp Squad just out-prepared them. They knew exactly what to expect. Creeping Death is like a very mainstream team, and the players are very mainstream as well. They're very, players that are made a name for themselves. But
yeah, for sure. Like, that's one of the things with Team Wars as well, right? Like, if you're going up against a high-profile team with very high-profile player, you're going to prepare more, and it's almost easier to prepare for those teams compared to a team with maybe lesser players or lesser known players, I should say. But
yeah.
I think the match is about to start. Right here.
So the time schedule was 12:15 EST, and I think on the table right now we have All Day and Monkey Boy. I'm not sure if you're in the room yet, Todd, but
yeah, I'm in the room.
All right, so
it looks like they just got started. So let's just jump into this game straight away.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'll be back later then.
Yeah, so basically the way this is going to work, for all you wondering, is, we're basically going to do me and Tutpup first, and then Andy's going to come in, Andy's going to come in, and I'm going to cast with Andy, and then near the end for the third part of this game, it's going to be Andy and Tutpup to close it out, just to keep things, organized, and Andy does have some other life priorities, but our priority right now is this game. We have Mythic Depths and Dual Stand by Taya. What do you think we're going to see, Todd?
So, the Dual Stand by Taya, I would expect based on recent events that we're actually going to see Mill here coming out. Let's see. So, it looks like it's going to be Mill versus Water. We saw Nyx playing yesterday in DMAK Heist tournament a Hammer Shark Whale deck that he actually ended up winning the entire tournament with. So I would expect, yeah, there we see the Abyss Soldier coming out. This is the worst. This is worst case scenario for Mill right here. Yeah, this is. At this point, I might even want to call the game early. One of the like standard like only way to lose things in this matchup with Mill is if the Warder player gets out the Abyss Soldier before the Mill player gets a Floodgate to deal with the Abyss Soldier, which is what we're seeing right here. So this position already looks really, really bad for Mill.
If I was on... Wait, so I need to make sure who the Mill player is because I don't want to... Okay, so All Day is a Mill player?
Yes.
Look, if I was the Three Kings coach right now, I would be furious. Why would you send out a Mill player in game 1 where there's so many different decks? Like, Mill is a counter pick deck, right? Like, in a non-side deck format, you don't just throw out Mill. So I think it's very questionable that they did do that.
Yeah, I've noticed a trend recently in Team Wars that started coming out like this maybe this and the previous week where they've started opening with decks that you generally don't consider like an opening deck, so to say. Like for example Mill, that's like more supposed to be a counter deck to maybe Red Eyes and Aliens. But also in the previous like 4 weeks we've seen almost every team have a Red Eyes and or Alien player within their first 2 decks. So I think a lot of teams are taking note on that and actually choosing their first deck hoping to get a counter pick right off the bat to come out the gate swinging.
You know, I think they probably expected a Red Eyes to start out by Creeping Death. I mean, like, their name, their division name. I mean, they get to name their division because they won. That was the perk they had, and they named it Zombie World. I mean, you would expect Creeping Death to play, Red Eyes to start out. I think that's what maybe Three Kings' mentality was. But regardless, it does not look like it was a good mentality. I mean, you can definitely see All Day is struggling a lot right now, and he's gonna have to hope his second deck can counter water. Another big thing about Team Wars is the 2-deck combo. If you have 2 decks that are good but lose to the same thing, then that's going to be very devastating, and it makes it really easy for the other team to just crush over you and just not even have to worry about either one.
Yeah, for sure. I think what All Day is looking to do here is he's trying to show as little resources as possible. He only wants to show the resources that he can actually chain to the Abyss Soldier. So like he did the previous turn where he set the Winged Kuriboh with Assault on GHQ, being able to chain the Assault on GHQ on the Winged Kuriboh to actually at least get the mill 2 cards effect, but also protect yourself from taking any damage, right? So even if his opponent summoned 3 more monsters, he would be completely protected from that through his own card. So right now, All Day is just looking through his deck for answers.
And you might not have that answer.
Yeah.
Honestly.
This already setting to Wing Kuriboh. This is not looking well for All Day. Generally, you want to set the Wing Kuribohs later on in the game, where maybe either you only have a few more cards to mill, or when you're in a more desperate position, preferably being able to combine it with cards like Feint Plan or Assault on GHQ, but not this early. This is the point in the game where you can afford to take a hit. So this is the point in the game where you really, really, really want to have the Warm Room ready and get those mills.
Yeah, I mean, just by looking at, like, let's say if I just hopped into the game right now and I saw turn 7, the opposing player has 10 cards left in his deck, you already know that there's something not going right for the mill player. I mean, half of his deck only by turn 7 is pretty bad, considering the fact that his own deck, All Day's own deck has 12 cards. I mean, he's not getting much done here. He's playing like he's basically stalling the inevitable at this point. There's really not much he can do. Abyss Soldier's gonna wipe his entire field off the board, and he's just gonna keep on taking damage over and over again.
Yeah,
This is,
exactly.
I mean, Monkey Boy is just chilling, man. He's like, I got this. This is in the bag. I just have to play patient, and that's exactly what he's doing. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even going to be a detective's call. I'm gonna call it early. Monkey Boy is gonna take the first game for Creeping Death in this highly anticipated match.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair call to make here. Alday has been stacking up on resources for a while, but he's never gonna get the Warworm effect off now, and or the hero effect. He would have to somehow have protection for one or more attacks, combined with Warworm, combined with Assault on GHQ. When he already used one GHQ, there's another one. Maybe there is
Sure.
hope. He still
Maybe.
has to survive this turn now, because now Monkey Boy knows, okay, he can summon another monster. Oh, that was actually Wing Kuribo. Okay, so only 2 cards mill. That's his last Wing Kuribo. Yeah, this is not looking good for Alday. Hopefully
what
for
I'm trying to
Alday. Mhm.
Sorry, go on.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say hopefully for Alday, he's having the Curse of Anubis, the Windstorm, the Massive Morph in hand right now. Floodgate would not be good right now unless he has other good defensive cards to combine with it. Because again, Abyss Soldier is just gonna bounce. So he's not gonna have any monster protection. Faint Plan is not gonna be useful. Yeah, again, Floodgate is not gonna be useful. It's only really Massive Morph and Curse Windstorm that's gonna help him in this situation.
Yeah, I was saying I'm trying to look for that one card that water players are playing. It's usually in grass decks, but I forgot the card's name. It's a level 2 water monster, and when
Oh,
it's in the graveyard, you can special summon it, and then you can play Citadel Whale.
yeah.
So it would be it would cause him to get more monsters on the board, but I feel like Monkey Boy is trying to play around a possible Lava Golem
Mm-hmm.
because he only has that Abyss Soldier on the field. I know he's running, more level 4 monsters in his deck, but he's playing this very, very smart and very, very safe. And
Okay, so he decided to just attack into the war room there.
so
May-
I think he maybe ran out of water monsters in
Yeah,
his hand.
I think so. He must have
That's
ran out
not
of
good.
resources. Yeah,
Wow, if
that's
Alde can actually win this, I'm gonna be so surprised.
yeah. This isn't looking good at all for
All of a sudden.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's just he attacked into that Worm blind. I'm assuming he doesn't have any water monster in hand. Otherwise, that was a really questionable play. You've already seen 3 Wing Kuribos. You know the set card is Worm or Hero. Holy shit.
Oh, this could be the move. If he top decks a water monster, or rather has a water monster, this could be game right here if Alde doesn't have protection in his hand. That Abyss Soldier is going to be his only out at this point, and he's going to activate the Abyss Soldier's effect, sending that set monster back to the field. This is game.
Yeah, I think I would
Unless
assume that
there's a
Alder has a Karibo in hand.
He has 9 cards left in his deck. I mean,
Yeah, but because earlier Alde set 1 card and okay, no.
there you go. No
Okay.
Karibo. And as we said, Monkey Boy is going to be taking game 1. Again, very questionable play by Three Kings to send out Mill as the first deck, but they almost were able to come back from that one.
Yeah. To
Wow.
be honest, I feel like Three Kings got really, really unlucky in this game. Because again, his opponent opened. First of all, his opponent went first. Like as Mill, you generally want to go first because you get that extra mill, and you also get the opportunity to open Floodgate, right? To like stall the game, or if your opponent gets the chance to summon something like a Snipe Hunter, or in this case an Abyss Soldier before you even get the chance to set your Floodgates, you're gonna be in a worse position, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
Three Kings got pretty unlucky multiple times in this duel. I think All Day had three cards in his hand that he never even he never played. He had them the entire game and he just never played them because of the Abyss Soldier. So like there was no point in playing those cards. If any of those cards was a Karibo, either a Sphere Karibo or a normal Karibo, it looks like he would have been fine, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
the dice definitely rolled in creeping this favor that game. But also that Monkey Boy throughout the entire game, when he attacked, he saw the delays, he felt the delays, right? So he knew the entire game there was no Karibo.
Yeah, that's
In that
true. I
hand.
mean, all they could have been, hiding it with the toggle, but I mean, I guess Monkey Boy was very confident there. Honestly, though, like I feel like he had to go for that play no matter what.
Hmm.
I feel like he had to go for that play.
Oh
Otherwise,
yeah,
it
yeah, for
just
sure.
would
Yeah,
it would
no,
have been.
I'm not questioning the last play Monkey Boy
Oh,
made.
okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
surprised it went through, you know?
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I
because
mean, like I said, 9 cards were still left in All Day's deck. I mean, a
yeah,
Karibo could have been trapped inside there.
yeah, for sure. But it's just very surprising because he had like 5 cards in hand. So those 5 cards must have been floodgates, faint plants, or monsters, which is very unfortunate, right? Um,
Yeah.
but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, you know. Anyway, now we're seeing All Day playing his second deck.
GBs.
Let's see.
Looks like it's gonna be GBs. I'm not sure if you're into the game yet.
Oh yeah. I'm into the game. I'm into it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is GBs. He summons the Laquari, 2 sets. What do you have to say about this matchup? I don't think it's very common to see this matchup nowadays.
I think this matchup is pretty bad for GBs. From what I've noticed, from what I've tested myself, of course. Um, once the whale is out with this self attack, there isn't a lot that GBs can actually do. I feel like impenetrable attack is like your best friend this game, but even that, sure, your monster is protected that turn, you can tag, but what do you even tag into? Bestiari, they're just gonna banish protector monsters. Murmillo, you're not gonna be able to target the whale because it's actually going to negate the Murmillo and destroy it. You're not
Yeah,
gonna be
when
able to target another water monster because they're going to banish that water monster with their sea stealth attack, right? Um, I, from what I've seen, when GBs have actually been able to win this matchup, have been when they've been able to get 3 monsters on the board, and go out into Batman plays or maybe even Herc plays if if that opportunity arises, right?
I feel like once the whale comes out, it's an instant scoop. I
Yeah,
really don't know
pretty
what you
much.
can do. But um, I know some GB players have been playing Cosmic Cyclone in their deck. If he has a set Cosmic Cyclone here and he can prevent the whale from coming out, he can actually win this. I mean, it doesn't look like Monkey Boy opened too strong anyway, just a set monster and he ends his turn. Maybe he's trying to, play a bit safe and let All Day commit first, and then Monkey Boy is going to commit back. But so far, it just looks like a very quiet beginning from Monkey Boy.
So let's see. We have yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's one thing about people that play Mythic Depths, right? In their whale deck, they tend to not run as many Legendary Ocean, and I feel like it's because of that a lot more vulnerable to being destroyed by a Cosmic Cyclone because they just don't have the resources in their deck to survive a Cosmic Cyclone. So this is a very possible just blowout matchup if you can get that early Cosmic Cyclone on that Mythic deck, you know?
Yeah. I think he's gonna go into a Murmillo Bestiari now, and
Yeah, and just pop everything.
yeah. I was thinking of maybe he would go into a 2100 Laquari so that the Abyss Soldier and Gishki Chain can't get over his monsters, but oh, so he's going to go
Oh,
over
that
to a
yeah, okay.
21.
That's actually
Yeah,
what he
he's
decided to do.
yeah, but he's gonna have to Murmillo here,
I actually think
or
he.
he might go Bestiari here. Yeah, he
Oh,
could.
oh no, yeah, no, sorry, because I forgot the C stealth attack could actually like bring back the Umi from the graveyard. So I guess
Yeah,
Bestiari doesn't do a lot in this situation anyway.
right.
A lot
Yeah,
more
I think he made the
important.
right play.
Yeah, a lot more important to go Murmillo over the Bestiari here. And the 2100 Laquari is also like a solid play, like you said. He can't get over it with Gish Gish Chain or Abyss Soldier. I guess he could bounce it with Abyss Soldier, but even then, like, he's forcing his opponent to bounce his card that he can just summon next turn anyway. It's not as impactful as when you bounce, say, a Worm. So I think he made the correct play for sure.
Yeah. Now look, Monkey Boy has like 7 cards in his hand, or maybe that's 6. It's hard to tell. I think that's okay. 6.
6,
Quick,
yeah.
quick maps. So that's definitely 6 cards in his hand, and that's 6 cards to deal with the 4 on All Day's field. He's thinking really hard right now. I feel like he doesn't have like, a very easy decision to make here. I think he has a very hard and difficult decision to make here. He might be talking to his teammates to see what they think about what he should do.
Okay, there's
Oh,
a Cosmic Cyclone actually. So
so he
I
is
think we're
playing.
going to see a very aggressive player. Oh, there is a Cosmic Cyclone in response actually targeting the Umi here.
That's really bad for Monkey Boy.
Yeah, that's really bad for Monkey Boy. I feel like without C stealth attack, this matchup is actually very flipped. Sure, your whale has some protection, but
Now
it
it's all
dies to a
about.
Bestiari.
Now it's all
No,
about
not Bestiari.
Murmillo
Essadari. No, it's
or
Essadari. Like,
Essador. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So many GB monsters, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, now this matchup just becomes a game of Abyss Soldier versus the GBs, or Citadel Whale versus the GBs. But do you think?
Because one thing about this warrior deck, right? They tend to run very little actual protection. So maybe they have a few econs or maybe 1 or 2 wall of these, but they tend to not run, the like pretty standard 5 or more protection cards.
Yeah.
Because C stealth attack is the best protection card probably.
Wow, he's gonna let that Murmillo
Okay.
die there.
Yeah.
One thing I'm wondering is whether or not we're going to see um some new back
Another
row.
Cosmic Cyclone. Okay.
Wow.
So he actually wasn't able to protect the
Oh, he
Murmillo,
got the
and
C stealth attack. That's not good for
yeah,
him.
that's
He wanted to get that econ.
now he's going to be forced to be a bit cautious here.
Yeah, only 1700 life
Mhm.
and no protection at all. Like, imagine if his hand is 2 monsters right now. That would be so devastating for All Day.
Yeah, I think if his hand is weak right now, he's
He
just
loses
gonna
to
have to go
econ.
for it. Yeah, he has no it's kind of like summoning Dakini and deciding if you want to go for the Dakini effect or not. It's like,
It's like, you
well,
have to.
yeah, it's if I don't, if I don't go for the Dakini effect and it's actually an enemy controller there, is he just gonna be able to econ take me and end me next turn? Like,
Right.
if yes, okay, I just have to go for the Dakini effect anyway, right? And I feel like Alday's in a similar position here where he's just gonna have to attack.
Yeah, dude, he does have a monster in his hand, it looks like, and
Yeah, the attack went through though.
it did.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I mean, I looked at the pauses, and it doesn't seem like it's a C stealth attack, but there is a delay, and he's gonna take 300 more. He's probably gonna go into a Murmillo. He only has 1 Murmillo in his deck now, so next turn he cannot Murmillo unless, he cannot Murmillo next turn. He only has 1 left in his deck, and that 1 is gonna come out on the field. Oh, he's gonna go into a double Aquari.
Okay.
Very interesting. Okay.
So no, okay, he tags the Laquari as well. I feel like if this is the play he wanted to make, he should have tagged the Laquari first.
Yeah.
Um, you know, to
Oh,
pop that back row to see what it is before he decides what to do
yeah.
with the Bestiary. Because
Yeah,
if
I thought. Oh,
oh
whoa.
okay,
Magic deflector.
yeah,
Very
to
interesting.
counter that Cosmic Cyclone. Um,
Drew it just a turn too late, man.
yeah,
That's really unfortunate, but this is looking like a very even match almost. I mean, if you have an econ in your hand right now and you spin a 1800 meter, you have game.
yeah.
So, I'll be honest, I think he should have maybe set the or summoned the Vestiari in defense. I think that's what he should have done.
I feel like at this point though, I wouldn't actually be afraid of an enemy controller if I was Alde. I think at this point I would have said to myself, you know, he's not playing enemy controller because he's playing Cosmic Cyclone, he's playing, you know, Magic
Oh,
Deflector. There is the Citadel Whale coming out. But this is actually not bad for Alde. Actually, I would argue that Alde is more than fine with this as long as a Legendary Ocean doesn't come out because we do suspect Alde to have a monster in hand. So all he has to do is summon that monster, tag out into Esadari, and he probably has this game on lock, you know?
yeah, that's
Um,
true actually.
Because
He
he
does
knows,
have a monster in his hand, I want to say.
yeah, because he knows the face down card is indeed a C stealth attack. So the face down card, nothing to be afraid of at this point.
Yeah, and a useless sea stealth attack at that.
Yeah.
And there you go. He did have. Oh, he top decked the Murmillo. So he didn't have a monster in his hand all this time. He had a set card in his hand.
Oh, interesting.
So he's gonna go into the Harambe, and now this is all of a sudden looking very, very bad for Monkey Boy. The Sidari play is going to push over that Citadel Whale, like you said earlier. That's all he needed at that point.
Yeah.
That Cosmic Cyclone, dude, putting in so much work. You got so much value out of it.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't seem like Monkey Boy is playing. Maybe he's not even playing a Legendary Ocean in his deck right now. Maybe he's only playing the Mythic Depth there, as his only Umi card.
Dude, I was gonna think like, imagine if he had an Abyss Soldier and he summons the Abyss Soldier and just sends the Harambe back into the extra deck.
Oh, that would actually, yeah, I guess that would be something.
That's his way to win now.
Yeah,
I
that would.
think Abyss Soldier is his way to win.
Yeah, that would definitely be something that Alday was thinking about. You know, the possibility of an Abyss Soldier coming out. Because we're also seeing the Gishki engine, right? Where you basically get Gishkis to the graveyard and then you can summon Beast to special summon a Gishki monster from your graveyard, and through that you special summon Whale easily, get the Sea Stealth attack to the board, you know?
Yeah.
It's basically like the Hammer Shark combo, but I think I prefer the Gishki engine more than the Hammer Shark engine. Maybe Hammer Shark is like stronger as a standalone monster, but I feel like this engine is just more consistent in doing what it wants to do, because you have the searchers, so you can search the beast, and by doing that, they are either going to be in the graveyard or they're going to be face up on the field, which like both are something you want. So that's, you know, good for you. While as the Hammer Shark is more, you need to have all your cards in your hand.
What do you think about that econ play?
That econ play was extremely greedy.
I feel like it was so unnecessary there, but
that econ play tells me that his backer is really, really solid right now.
yeah.
Like his backer is super strong, and he wants to be able to end this game as quickly as possible. If he draws a Murmillo now, he wants to be able to kill with the Murmillo. That's how soon he wants to end this game, and how confident he is in his back row. He did draw
Wow.
the Laquari though.
Even better.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I think he should attack with the Esadari first.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's what he's gonna do. He made the right play there. A good call to attack with the Esadari first. unless I don't think Monkey Boy's running more than one Magic Deflector. I feel like that would not be a good deck idea, but maybe that was a Magic Deflector.
Yeah.
Attack's gonna go through. That's game.
I feel like the card was probably something like Magic Deflector or
Maybe
um,
maybe his
or a
his
Cosmic
third sea
Cyclone.
stealth. Yeah, or his
Yeah.
third sea stealth if he runs three. I
Oh
don't think
yeah,
they.
it could be a third sea stealth as well. That's also very possible.
Yeah, they usually run two though. I think because it's like searchable.
Yeah.
But hey, we're tied at 1-1 now for lives and lives taken. Monkey
Yes,
Boy
we are
and All Day
indeed.
1-1. Three Kings and Creeping Death at 1-1. Very close as anticipated so far. Um,
Yeah, this is looking a lot like or so far, I guess, a lot like the last season finals. Although we had another format, we had Creeping
yeah,
Death take round one, Three Kings take round two, and they both actually took their rounds in pretty dominant fashion. And then
and we
Three
could say the
Kings,
same about both games.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Both games seemed
The
pretty
Cosmic Cyclone.
one-sided.
Yeah.
You
And like I
know,
said before the match started, Cosmic Cyclone, if you open that, man, it goes all downhill for the water player. And that's why I think GBs can really compete in this meta just with that extra double copies of Cosmic Cyclone in their deck.
yeah, I agree.
Are we playing against Hazy? No, it's balance. All right, so double balance. Are we gonna see aliens versus GBs or maybe GB mirror?
Um, I I think. Oh, that's so hard to say. I almost feel like it's going to be the GB mirror. I feel like a lot of alien players have gone over to restart because of the alien overlords, but
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I guess it's very like I feel like it's one of those things that I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. It's more like what's your take. Or actually, it's not GBs. There's no extra deck. So
Yeah, there's no
it's
extra deck.
it's definitely aliens then, or it could be
So,
CA.
so look, here's a I know we didn't notice it, but look, we're the casters. We're not playing the game, so we get an extra ease of excuse there. But look, if you're playing balance, you have to have an extra deck. This is 2018. Okay,
Yeah,
no
yeah.
extra deck. You're literally like he literally, I think would have played a little bit differently. Maybe he would have set the Murmillo instead of putting an attack. But him putting an attack makes me think he has a super rush set.
Yeah.
But
I think
regardless,
I feel like just in every deck you should just have that extra deck if
yeah,
you're
just why
playing
not?
like in a
How hard is
competitive
it?
format, you know?
Sure. Like, what if I'm playing restart with like aliens and I have an extra deck? Maybe you'll think it's restart D heroes or something,
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Because we actually have like a few like I don't even know if I should call them viable, but we have like extra decks that are, I guess viable is like a good way to put it, like viable to actually play. Like D heroes are viable to play in a tournament, even Red Eye Slash Dragon in
did
like
you
a
see
Team Wars format.
did you see what happened last night against Murder Inc. and ALP?
Yeah, the D heroes just wreaked havoc.
I think they were 5 game or something. I don't know. I don't know how much count, but I remember it
I
was
think it took
just
3 lives.
okay.
D heroes took the 2 first lives of the first player, and then they sent in, I believe, aliens to counter it. But
Huh.
it managed to beat aliens as well.
Yeah. I want to say D heroes lose to the Flying Fish deck, and it depends on the version because there's two versions, but the fusion version at least it loses to the Flyfish deck because you can get so many monsters on the field, and of course monster removal and backer removal, but along with that you can make insane econ take plays, which is what the D hero deck is weak to. If you have insane amount of fodder for econ takes, it could just run over the deck. Another deck that can actually do pretty well against the fusion D hero deck is Gladiator Beasts. I would say it's like probably an even matchup,
Yeah.
but I mean, look, aliens and GBs. I want to say this is my opinion, and I don't know, you might have a different opinion, but I think this is 55-45 for GBs. I think GBs win this matchup. Like,
Oh, GBs versus
I
aliens.
yeah,
Um.
I think GBs win 55-45 at worst. I
Oh,
don't
you
think
think
it's
so?
yeah, unless they're playing Feng Huang. If they're playing Feng Huang, then it's a different story. But I don't think he's playing Feng Huang because he's running balance. So I think in the balance, aliens versus balance GBs is like 55-45 for GBs.
I
That's what I think.
I I don't know. I would have to disagree.
Yeah.
However, I do feel like setting the telepath wasn't a good idea because this happens. uh, um, 'Cause I feel like generally when I play aliens versus GBs, like the matchup is kind of grindy, but I feel like in the end you just out resource the GB players.
Okay.
Because of the recoms, you can stop and or force a lot of their cards, or the ACL recombination device, and you can also search your deck and get the cards you need in the situation. And the telepath, popping back row, which is the only way GBs is going to have any chance in this matchup, right? I feel like aliens have like a pretty decent time in general here. I feel like if he searches a telepath now, and pops the second back, or searches, maybe he has a telepath or overlord in hand, and yeah, you know what? If he has a telepath or overlord in hand, I think he wins this turn. Maybe it doesn't kill him this turn, but there is no coming back from an overlord telepath combination here. Like there is just, it's over. The set card would have to be Curse of Anubis.
Curse.
Yeah.
Curse.
And like even then, it's not in a good position because Monkey Boy already has a monster in defense, so he will still be able to kill one of his opponent's monsters.
Oh, even if this is curse, it would be really bad because he could just get an overload, and you can't do much with one monster versus 3.
Mm-hmm. And also, like here, the Super Shenlong, he would just have to pray that it's not an overlord in the hand, which it seems like it's not. Okay, so it's not an overlord in the hand, so the game is not over. Unless double enemy controller.
Oh no, dude. When a GB player... Oh, never mind. Okay, I didn't realize he had already used an attack.
And he didn't top deck a monster. He had to top deck a monster there.
Yeah, he had to go into Esadari there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not looking good for all day.
Yeah, hopefully for all day, this set card is something really good. Yeah. And hopefully for all day, the draw and or cards in hand are like bad. Like hopefully for him, there's like
like it's saying something when you have to add hopefully to
Snipe
every
Hunter.
sentence.
Yeah, this game is over.
Dude, that card, Snipe Hunter is gonna win this game like Cosmic Cyclone.
Yeah,
won
it
that
has
game,
to be a
right?
Curse of Anubis set. It's not even chainable. Holy shit! Yeah, GG.
Oh, not good. All right, looks like 3 Kings are going to be taking the loss for their first member. All Day is going to be going down 1 and 2 to Monkey Boy, who is now going to be playing aliens for the next duel. Let's see what 3 Kings will send out to counter aliens. Do you think they might be packing a Hazy for this one?
Hazy
I
is
think
a really
rather-
good counter
Yeah.
meta pick right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like
It loses to itself.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I I would personally be kind of scared of sending in Hazy versus anything, just because
I completely understand.
it kind of loses to itself. But people have success on Hazy. It's kind of one of those for me as like part of the strategist, I guess, for Bricks and Potatoes. If my players were to want to bring Hazy, and they were to bring Hazy, and you know there's a matchup like versus Alien that's favorable for Hazy, I would obviously feel like this is probably the best moment for them to come in, right? But so if they are packing Hazy, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm just getting some information that from All Day that you remember that duel, the mill duel, right?
Yeah.
Where Abyss Soldier went in for the direct attack. All Day just sent a screenshot of his hand. He had triple Hero Shadow Scout and double Warm Worm in his hand. That is rough.
Oh yeah, I can see this creature. Holy shit! Yeah, that's a really bad hand. Actually,
Yeah.
the saddest part is that hand would have actually been pretty decent if it was if his opponent didn't have Abyss, you know.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out who this Akashi guy is, but he's definitely on the Three Kings squad. We'll figure that out for you guys in just a bit, but
We're just
yo,
gonna
can
call
we
him
talk about
Akashi
that
for now.
mat, bro? That is one clean mat.
Yo. Yeah,
Yo,
it's a DD
I'm
tower.
gonna
It's a new DD tower, man.
Dude, I'm gonna do dude, the DD towers actually have the best mats.
Yeah,
Remember
you remember the daedalus deck? So apparently, it turns out this Akashi guy isn't actually a 3K member.
Oh, well, I I thought he was a Three Kings member.
Um,
Well, so we're trying to figure out how
you were trying to figure
what's
out
going on here.
who this guy is.
We might
Um,
have to make a new room.
yeah, Three Kings. They're claiming it's not their player, and Creeping Death doesn't know who it is. Obviously, that's really strange.
Okay, so Three Kings are saying Adobo is next.
Yeah, I mean, nevertheless, clean mats with Ansley's,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
he definitely just wanted to show his mats off on stream. He meant well. Just trying to show off that, hey man, it's only been 2 days since the event started, but I'm rocking those mats, man. Check them out. I mean, yo, I gotta tell you, man, those are pretty nice. I mean, the Leviathan mats from or the Levia mats from the last one were pretty sick. I mean, I know people rock that for like a good month.
Mm-hmm.
That's already like long enough
Yeah,
for a mat.
I actually
Like I switch maybe every 2 weeks or so
I
with
used
mine.
that for the KC Cup when I played as Drunk Fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
yeah, let's just all remember Drunk Fish as the European hero that had to that
Yeah.
went to bed and never woke up.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened.
That is what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened. He went to sleep as #1 global and just woke up a
You
few
know,
hours
he
before
didn't
Casey
wake
was.
up. He didn't wake up.
Oh yeah, he didn't wake up. Yeah, he didn't wake up.
So we're just swapping a dual room here. So I'm
Oh,
just
we are.
making sure that there is no way this gets out. Which since I'm in the dual room now, there should be no way for the dual room to get out. Of course, the spectate ID is out there, but that's standard for Team Wars. So yeah.
All right, so I am joining the room, and as the casters, we have to join in with the spec ID because we do have a 5v5, and there's only 10 people allowed in the room.
Yes.
But I can see Adobo Boy on the table.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for a Monkey Boy to show up.
So Adobo is rocking that top 100 global from this recent KC Cup. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
And then we're gonna see Monkey Boy being on the opposing side. Okay, it looks like they're into their game.
So let's start spectating.
All right, so we're seeing Yami Yugi versus.
Mai. But
We know he's
Monkey
playing
Boy played
aliens.
Mai, right? So yeah, Monkey Boy is on top. Adobo is on the bottom.
So I'm trying to see what skill he's using. He's no skill, so it's probably D draw, burn,
Yeah,
or
so this
stall.
yeah, this is stall.
All right, guys. So if you're watching, this is your time to get your lunch if you're in NA. This is
Yeah.
a time to get your dinner if you're in EU.
Go pop some popcorn. You know, take this time to just prepare for the matches we have to come.
If you have a 500-word essay due tomorrow or tomorrow night or tonight, I mean,
Yeah.
it is a Saturday night, you can get started on it right now. In fact, you're probably finished by the time this game is done. But all jokes aside, we're going to have Aliens versus what seems to be Stall, a very tough matchup for Aliens, but it is possible. It is
yeah.
possible.
Have we seen any takes coming out from Monkey Boy, like
No,
Cosmic
we didn't see
Cyclone or
anything.
something like that?
No, we didn't see anything. All I saw was Recomb, Brainwashing, Powerful Rebirth,
Yeah.
but I think Aliens are usually running Powerful
Yeah,
Rebirths
yeah,
anyway. And then we saw Double Telepath. And Snipe Hunter.
Oh, we saw this. Yeah, okay. So,
So
I
that
guess
is gonna put a lot of work. In fact, Snipe Hunter Aliens is what defeated ASAP's 5-2
Oh,
run.
we see the
Shrimp
Mystic
versus-
Piper coming out.
30 card stall.
Yep, I've seen this deck before, and he draws the Sphere Karibo with the Mystic Piper, allowing him to draw yet another card. This is looking very bad for Monkey Boy. He would need his entire deck to just pop everything on the board, and also be able to attack with all monsters and basically kill Adobo in one blow here. I think. Yeah, I think oh, that is the Snipe Hunter. I
Wow, he
disagree
opens.
with setting the Snipe Hunter. He should have just normal. There is nothing Adobo can do if he normal summons the Snipe Hunter. You know, setting the Snipe Hunter, he gives his opponent the option to floodgate it when he flips it up. So he definitely, I think in the stall matchup, just summon the Snipe Hunter. Like you don't need to try to be sneaky with the Snipe Hunter. Like you just summon the Snipe Hunter. You show your opponent, I have a Snipe Hunter. Play around this if you can. You know, because you don't.
Imagine if he had a floodgate set.
Yeah, exactly.
How devastating would have that been?
I mean, his Snipe Hunter is.
That's gonna hurt the young six coming
Yeah.
through. That's not good at all for Monkey Boy. He's
Yeah.
gonna have to wait.
Snipe-
he's
oh,
going in.
he's going all in.
He wants that card off the field.
Uh,
He's having none of that temple.
I think he might be a little bit tilted.
Yeah.
Because
That happens, dude. It's like a Las Vegas casino, bro.
yeah.
Once you go
And there's
in, you
this.
don't come
Yeah,
out.
this game is over. It's just no way. There's
Oh.
just no way. We're gonna sit here for like 40 more turns and just wait for this guy to deck out. And there's the ladybug on top of that. Like, I feel like
All right.
oh,
I gotta
Mystic
call back
Piper.
all the people I told to go away now because this game is over.
Another holy shit. He drew another Sphere Karibo with this Mystic Piper to draw another card. Like, I'm very familiar
Everything
with
is
this
going
deck,
right.
right?
Everything is going right for Adobo.
Yeah,
There's
and
nothing going wrong for him.
there's only so many level 1 monsters you can actually fit into your deck before
Yeah.
it becomes like a bad deck, you know? uh, yeah.
Well, he's gonna get Destiny Draw off now, and he's just
Yeah.
gonna search Temple of the
I-
Mind's Eye.
I mean, Monkey Boy knows he has at least 2 Sphere Karibos in hand because he's seen him draw 2 Sphere Karibos with the Mystic Piper. So
Dude,
he,
this game is over. I really don't think there's a single possible way to win this unless magically he ends up. I don't even know, man. Like, I guess if he's running 2 Snipe Hunters in his Aliens deck and he waits like 6 turns and draws 6 cards and just snipes everything off the field, even
Yeah.
then you'll still have 2 Karibos left, and that'll give 6 more draws, or I guess rather in this case 4 more draws to Adobo. Like if you try to look it into future, like there's literally nothing.
Yeah, but
that
see, that's kind of
Monkey
what
Boy-
I think he should have done, and why I think Monkey Boy might actually be kind of tilted, especially after rolling 6 twice, because
he got
he
way
had
too tilted.
yeah there was no reason for him to rush. Adobo Boy didn't have a Golden Ladybug in hand yet. He knew his opponent had at least 1 Sphere Karibo at that point, 2 back rows. You know, when playing versus Stall, you expect the back rows to be, you know, Training Shield, Massimo. Like, there was just no way that Snipe Hunter attack was going to go through the way Monkey Boy wanted. So, just getting rid of all of his resources so early, when there is no real way for Adobo Boy to deal with the Snipe Hunter, aside from just waiting for Monkey Boy to commit harder. I feel like Monkey Boy could have waited for a while before he committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what was Bone actually said in chat. He probably shouldn't even have targeted the temple. Like, there's almost no aspects.
It went all downhill.
Yeah,
when,
like
when he
there's
set the Snipe Hunter, that was like where everything went downhill. He should have just normal summoned it, but
yeah, and there is a
yeah.
floodgate on top of that. Just
he's just
Dwelling
stalling the
sport.
inevitable at this point. I
Yeah.
really like what it just seems so unorthodox to play another crazy tech in addition to Snipe Hunter in your deck. Like
yeah,
what can like Adobo has this game in lockdown. Like what can Monkey Boy even do in this state? Like it really 2 Karibos in hand, Death Counterblow on the field, Temple on the field. There's really not much that you can do to salvage this.
yeah. I would say, like, do you have an actual out or an actual way to draw, like sort of the deep-seated Maroon or Maron or whatever it's called, you know,
Yeah.
the dog or something like that. If not, then just surrender. And like at this point, you know he has 2 Sphere Karibos in hand. The Death Counterblow is on the board. There's like 4 other cards in hand. And or on the board, Temple of the Mind's Eye is on the board. There's another Mystic Piper. Like, you're not winning this game, you know?
Yeah. I gotta quote Decade now because Decade says if you can't win against a stall player, stall player is not stalling, you're stalling. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening here is there's just Monkey Boy is just stalling the inevitable. It's
Yeah.
going to be a loss. You can't do anything.
And
And,
yeah,
like
he actually just drew like another 1-star with the Piper.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
borderline. So someone like inspect Adobo, is he legit? Like, hello. 3 out of 3. Not only did he draw all of his Mystic Pipers like within the first half of his deck, but all of the Mystic Pipers also drew a level 1 card. Like, so someone check this guy.
yeah, he's flourishing in cards in hand and his life points. He was at 1400 at one point and now he's at 5400.
Yeah.
Are we really gonna wait 18 more turns? It's this duel is just there's not much that can happen. But hey, while we have this time,
Actually, now that I think about it, Monkey Boy has to stall. Because I actually didn't think it all the way through, because obviously spectating this is pretty boring. But every card that Adobo mills is like information, right? Information that is
you're right.
like that their next player is going to need. So even though it's really boring to watch someone stall out a player for like 18 more turns or 14 more turns, I guess, at this point. You know, it's still valuable information. Like right now,
Yeah,
he knows he's playing like 2 temples, he's playing 2 floodgates, at least 1 Death Counterblow, he's playing at least 2 Sphere Karibos, at least 3 Pipers, at least a normal Karibo, at least 2 Golden Ladybugs, right? Like, there's a lot of information. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely right, and I think someone in chat also mentioned that. Yeah, that's definitely a really really good point, and um, it's going to be great information to see cards in the deck, because what if you never know, right? Like let's say that they have a stall player too, and they have a stall player that's teching in Disappear or Providence or Dog or you know Sword. If you can see what tech they have, maybe your tech can counter it. Like if you're running Disappear, then that can counter some of the never deck out cards. But if you're running, um, if you're running Dog, then you might be on the receiving end. So I think they're probably trying to see, hey, can we put stall against this stall and actually maybe win?
Yeah.
So I think you're right. That's a great point, and I just hope whoever has a 500-word essay is able to get that done tonight.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, I think Creeping Death is like you're saying. They are looking at literally every card that they can see, hopefully like writing it down, and there's some like pretty easy ways to beat stall, right? Depending on what cards Adobo Boy chooses to show, if there isn't like some really unorthodox card like Ultimate Prominence or something like that that you generally don't run in at least a Destiny draw stall, they might just go in with Mill, and because Mill is a really easy win actually versus stall, because stall's only way of like not losing to deck out versus Mill is through Sword of the Deep-Seated or another anti-deck out card, but Hero just blows that out of the water, because when you flip Hero, if you have 2 or less cards in your deck, you're actually going to lose because you're not able to draw the third card. So there is no room to play around that aside from, again, like Ultimate Prominence or something like that. And even then, you, depending on how many heroes you run, if you only see one Ultimate Prominence, you might still actually go for that option because it's such a free win, and maybe looking at the player as well, like Adobo, I feel like often when I see Adobo playing tournaments, he's playing something like Red Ice or I think I mostly see him on Red Ice. So based on that information, I might think that his second deck is going to be Red Ice, which is just going to make Mill an even better choice to counter this stall deck, right? So I think if they have another stall deck, they might look for other answers in their arsenal right now, because they probably want to keep their second Mill deck if they run 2 Mill decks, and if they don't run more than 2 Mill decks, they might want to keep that for a future Red Ice matchup or Aliens matchup or something like that. So maybe they're looking for other options. But yeah, and although we see like Snipe Hunter coming out with Powerful Rebirth, even if it gets everything on the board, like nothing is gonna happen. There's a Sphere Kuriboh on the board. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. Is this another Kuriboh? That's another Kuriboh actually. I mean, still 8,000 or more life. Like getting through that in general is just not very likely when you only have 4 cards left in your deck. And you also discarded all of your monsters, so like what are you actually going to attack with? Snipe Hunter? Get like 1500 poke damage every turn, proc Destiny draw? Like, it's just not gonna work, right? But they did get the information on the Maroon, so that's good. Yeah, the Golden Ladybugs is going off as they have the entire game. I'm assuming. To be completely honest, I paid less attention to this game than I probably should have. And there's the Lava Golem coming out. confirming that he does indeed play Lava Golem. Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna be able to win through the Lava Golem effect before he would win through... Or actually, I think he's actually able to win one turn earlier with the Lava Golem effect.
Yeah,
So yeah,
sounds about right.
I'm like going to assume a Draining Shield or something along those lines. No, okay. Yeah, so yeah, that Hex just went through. Doesn't make that big of a difference. We're going to see the Destiny draw come out here though. Because he opted to set all of his Sphere Kuribohs, or most of his Sphere Kuribohs, maybe he doesn't actually have like that many answers to you know, maybe another Snipe Hunter or just too much damage coming out in one turn.
I mean, at this point, I feel like the deck out option is like clearly the viable way of victory.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said earlier, I think this is all just gathering data on what cards Adobo is using, and I think Adobo should also be aware of that and not give out too much information. Otherwise, that could be
I think this...
detrimental.
Yeah, I think this Powerful Rebirth was actually pretty bad. Yeah, because this happened. He should have changed it to the Lava Golem effect. That way he would have avoided the Floodgate. Because he obviously used Powerful Rebirth in his opponent's end phase to avoid a possible Floodgate just being set, but just chaining it to the Lava Golem effect would have just dodged any possible Floodgate at all. But like we mentioned, like in the beginning of the duel, I'm assuming Monkey Boy is playing on tilt right now. So this was very overkill, I feel like, from Adobo Boy here. I feel like at this point, Adobo Boy should, or I guess now it's too late, but he should have tried really, really hard not to show what cards he's playing, because there are a few cards that differ between the different like stall decks. Like some people don't run Draining Shield, some people run Defense Draw, some people run Aegis. There are a few variants, and he just showed Draining Shield and Massive Morphs, which are two of the cards that he had yet to show this duel. So I feel like keeping those cards hidden would have been a lot more beneficial.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, along with that, he's shown quite a bit in this duel, and like you said, it wasn't really necessary either. He's at 14,000, man. Like, you really don't. I mean, now even more, but you don't even need to do that. In fact, you could have taken the attack and been,
Yeah.
He could have saved it until he absolutely needed it.
Yeah.
I mean, or he could have just done the Massive Morph and not even show the Draining Shield. I mean, whatever. I mean, he did show. I think he only showed those two cards. Everything else seemed very ordinary.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the deck looked really like because of the cards he actually decided to show in then, the deck looks standard, like really, really standard. You have the Draining Shield, the Massive Morphs, the Floodgate, there's Counterblow, probably one or two, the Pipers, the Kuribohs, the Sphere Kuribohs. Doesn't seem to really have a tech, unless you want to consider the Marona deck, or like the anti deck out a tech card, because I've seen some people actually deciding not to run the card because you can reach 50 turns without
I think he
it.
probably had it in his hand.
Yeah, no, he showed it. He said it earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might have missed that then.
Yeah, but yeah, so like the deck looked like a standard, Piper style deck, which isn't bad by any means. Yeah.
But it looks like I think we're going to have, yeah, 2-2 tied up. Creeping Death and Three Kings. Very close start thus far. Both teams having 4 players left, and I think the next player is going to be Miliardo,
Yeah.
and he's known for playing stall. So I think we're going to see a stall mirror, or Miliardo might be playing mill. So it would be really interesting to see 2 mill being, you know, thrown against Three Kings. But Three Kings, I mean, they're known for being that team that won't shy away from playing these types of decks.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I think this actually might be mill.
Yeah, this is Taya, Druid Standby. It's going to be the mill. And
I mean, it could be a Dark Worlds with Rainbow. I mean,
yeah, it could be, but it's probably not going to be.
yeah, well, he's gonna set a card that's definitely not Dark Worlds.
Yeah, and even though, because this game is basically as close as it can be, right? Like, the score is 2-2, but the advantage is very much so in Creeping Death's favor right now, because they have counter pick, right? So they are going to be at least 1 point ahead, where it might change. Like, this game, unless something wanky happens, should, like, no matter who they sent in, we should just assume there is going to be 3-2 to Creeping Death after this game. However, we still don't know what Adobo's second deck is, and that's where like things could very rapidly change to Three Kings' favor. If Adobo brought, let's say he brought Water as his second deck, which is
I think he probably did.
Yeah,
I
which
think
is
he
what
probably was prepared for mill.
Yeah, right? So, or maybe even CA, like if he brought CA, Mill is not gonna win versus CA, unless they get extremely lucky.
Well, here's the thing, like, let's say Adobo loses the stall mirror. Let's say that hypothetically Adobo would have lost the stall mirror. CA would have been a terrible option. I think Water makes a lot more sense, because Water can still... I mean, Water versus stall, Water has a higher chance of winning than, like, for example, Aliens. So, I think his second deck is probably Water. Or it could be, as much as I hate to say this, it could be another stall deck. There's no deck restrictions. There's no double archetype restriction. You can play the same deck over again.
Yeah, but because Three King, like, even though they play a lot of stall and so-called cancer decks, I like, they're still a top team. They haven't lost a game yet. So I feel like, because I feel like bringing double stall is probably, like, on the same player isn't a good idea, because let's say he were playing double stall, he would just double lose to Mill right now, which is probably something they would expect to happen if they did bring double stall, unless, you know, maybe they just hard predicted Creeping Death in preparation and decided to bring one stall deck, like just one normal stall deck, and then have a stall deck that beats Mill, you know, waiting after that. Which could be a possibility. That would be really cool. I would like to see that, actually.
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what it is going to be, but right now it's just a discard from your hand bonanza.
Yeah, I think
not much going on here right now, but I would think Miliardo is probably searching for the assault.
Yeah.
In his deck, and for the heroes. I think he's gonna try to do a one-turn mill. It also doesn't help that
because you have
Adobo is playing 30 cards, and he's not going to use the Piper effect.
You have to still play around the Lava Golem. So right now, Miliardo is just looking for his GHQs in order to be able to use the GHQs on Wormworms to mill, you know, maybe 10 cards and then just end him with a hero. But he doesn't seem to be getting that right now.
Yeah, another thing is a lot of people have criticized players for playing 3 assaults in their mill decks, but I feel like in Team Wars that's like like a necessity. Like you have to play 3 assaults in your mill deck in Team Wars, just for the fact that this stall deck exists. And I mean, like the thing about this deck is, and I know a lot of people maybe in chat might be complaining about this duel. I mean, we are casting, so we can definitely, you know, feel for you there, but it's not like the deck is broken. You know, it's not like the deck is tier 1 or whatever. The deck has counters, especially in Team Wars. The deck has counters. Mill is a counter to stall, and look, I know a lot of people don't like Mill, but Mill is a pretty fast deck. Unless you're playing against stall, like you never expect Mill to be taking long duels unless it's like Temple Mill. Like I'm talking about, you know, actual pure Mill.
Yeah, like you're saying, like Mill often gets grouped in together with like the Cancer stall decks, which is understandable because it's very.
So, in my opinion.
I feel like it's understandable because playing versus Mill feels a lot like playing versus Cancer or stall. It feels like you're not really playing the game, and then you're just either losing or winning, right? But you know, unlike the burn or the stall deck, the Mill decks are really really quick, and I don't know if I want to call them like combo heavy, but like they are still playing their game, if that makes sense. You know, you could call Cyber Angels uninteractive, just like Mill or something, because Cyber Angels, they're just playing their game, but Cyber Angels doesn't get grouped up with burn or stall because it doesn't feel the same losing to a Cyber Angel player like a stall player, which I feel like Mill should probably almost more so be grouped together with like the Cyber Angel version of Cancer decks, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Mill is very much like Cyber Angels, where they just
It's like
play their own game. Yeah, it's like pretty uninteractive for the opponent, but they're still actually playing the game. Like, look at this stall player. He's not playing. He's just waiting, right? He's just waiting for his opponent to do something, or to not do something, and just, you know, waiting for the game to end. And meanwhile, like we mentioned before, Milliardo, he's looking for the cards to end this game. Like, Milliardo is the one trying to be proactive here, with the Mill deck.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he either doesn't have a Sultan GHQ yet, or he doesn't have a War Room yet. Like, that could also be an option, right? The set card could be Hero, for all we know. It doesn't necessarily have to be Worm. He might just... But he's either looking for the Worms or for the GHQs. So let's see when he starts drawing them.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't run GHQ. Maybe they rely on something else. Yeah, they could run Chain Destruction as well.
Yeah, what if maybe he has one copy of Chain Destruction and he can basically do so much damage in one turn? That would be what... Because it works with the Worms are in your hand, right? So that would mean that you would do 3, and then you would do a Assault for GHQ, so that would be 6 plus 5. That would be 11 cards, and then you flip up a hero.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the entire deck.
Basically,
Because
yeah. Or the entire deck he has left. So he's actually going to decide to attack here. Maybe listening to the stream, thinking that, yeah, this could actually be a hero. Attack, like, because he has nothing to lose attacking here. Like, worst case scenario, he attacks into a hero, but that would actually be in his benefit right now, because if he's lucky, he's going to draw into the Sword of the Deep-Seated or something like that, basically preventing the hero from flip killing him later on. Also making it a lot harder for Milliardo to not have 2 monsters on the board in order to kill him with a flip hero effect without getting lava golemed. So to be fair, Adobo Boy should have probably started doing this a long time ago, and tried to attack into into the set card. Because it could very well be a hero, and he's actually defending the card right now as well with Feint Plan. So like the more the more this duel goes on, the more I start thinking this is probably a hero set.
Yeah.
And he was
He's
actually
protecting it.
yeah,
Yeah, he's waiting for the right moment.
he was probably expecting to be able to sit on this hero for the entire game, without Adobo trying to break through. Because honestly, like this could fall apart for Miliardo if he gets an attack in on this hero, using that flip effect early, basically forcing Miliardo to use his assault on GHQs. If he even plays GHQ, maybe he doesn't play GHQ on the heroes in order to just get rid of them, from the board, so he can actually play another hero. But it ended up being a Wormworm. I don't know why he protected it. I guess it doesn't hurt to protect it.
I'm as confused as you are in terms of what's going on in this duel, but all I know is Miliardo is trying to figure out a way to buy time and get his board ready for that massive mill.
Yeah, because I feel like he would have probably actually wanted the Feint Plans for the hero when he eventually has to set it, right? I don't know if he actually is still looking for the GHQs or if he doesn't play GHQ. Because that's a possibility as well, right? I feel like a lot of mill players, like, I'm not really part of like, or at least I don't think so. I'm like part of the mill community. I have been playing like quite a bit of mill lately.
You did play at Worlds.
Yeah. I played it in the MCS, but
Yeah.
because all the testing I do is like in house, right? Like within my team. Even for stuff like MCS, we only really playtest within the team.
You played like pure mill. You played like very like aggressive mill, not like a very slow mill.
But I've noticed like a lot of people tend to, or a lot of like people in the mill community tend to be one way, like either for or against GHQ.
Well, yeah, I think in tournament it's very debatable, but I think that in Team Wars you have to play 3 because Team Wars, the entire purpose of mill is 1, you beat stall, or 2, which is a very, uncommon reason, but it's still used for that, is beating Red Eyes. And I feel like this is exactly what happened with Sun Clan versus Chillin' with Chilla the other day, where Mazurek won as Red Eyes against Mill. That Mill deck was built to beat stall, not Red Eyes. And, Yasser just did not draw well enough to beat the Red Eyes player. But, I think that's why there's such a debate when it comes to choosing mill decks for tournaments. But like I said earlier, I think Assault, you need to run 3 in Team Wars, unless unlike I guess maybe stuff like this will happen. I really don't think Miliardo is running 3. If he did, I think he would have used them by now.
Yeah.
Or at least set up his board. It's already turn 28 and he has 5 cards left in his deck. Like, he clearly does not have the cards he needs.
But he's also playing, like, he played 23 cards, or he is playing 23 cards. So I feel like if you are playing 23 cards and you're not playing like GHQ, like what cards are you adding to your mill deck in order to make it 23 cards? To where you felt that either 1, you weren't actually able to cut any cards, or 2, you wanted to have, like, maybe he wants to have 23 cards for the mirror match, but then again, you're going to lose the mirror match if you don't play GHQ. Yeah, there is the dog.
So now that means that Adobo basically can only play up to 1 card from his hand now, unless his back row is chainable. But it's not looking.
So he set a 3rd card, so that's either GHQ or the other cards are chainable to where he's okay with clogging his back row.
Could be a chain destruction.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have hero. That's the issue. Like the entire way of winning against dog is that you want to have a set warm worm, and then you summon or set a warm worm. Or sorry, you want to have a set hero. You want to have a set hero, and you either summon or set a warm worm, and then you assault on GHQ. Then you flip up the hero, and then you assault on GHQ that as well. Or rather, the assault on GHQ is just for the warm worms. But he doesn't have the hero on the board, and he doesn't have room to put it because he would just lose to Lava Golem.
Yeah.
So let's see. Now maybe he might be using Assault to GHQ now, and he's gonna set the Warm Worm or the hero. Okay,
There
that's
we
exactly what he's
go.
gonna. So that's exactly what he's gonna do. So he's gonna use the Assault GHQ here, and then now he's gonna mill 5 cards. And wow, Dog was one of them. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe we actually he's playing 23 cards. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see Powerful Rebirth combined with another GHQ here. The dog again, holy.
Yeah, so that's only 3 cards milled. There.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate. So the assault basically was kind of useless there in terms of the milling part.
Yeah, it didn't like actually do anything.
9 cards left. That's a hero. I would bet that was probably a hero that he set. And now Karibo's gonna want to attack into it. So he needs a feint plan, Windstorm or a Curse or a Karibo. He needs to stop this Karibo attack from going through.
Yeah, if that is indeed a hero, like this Kariba tank can't go through. Unless he's playing 3 heroes, which is also, I feel like, a very viable strategy in general, but especially in Team Wars.
That's true. So as expected, he's gonna attack, and it's a Warm Worm again.
Okay.
I'm very
And he drew the dog, and
confused.
wow. This is looking like pretty like
I'm very
Adobo-
confused right now on what Miliardo's plan is because
Yeah.
it feels like he doesn't really have much going for him, or it's like he's building up the suspense.
because
But-
here's the thing, right? Adobo's not supposed to be able to be in a winning position at all. But this is looking as good as it possibly could for Adobo, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be an assault that's face down.
Yeah,
that he
now
just
he's gonna
set.
Destiny draw the dog and it's just gonna pass. He's actually probably going to attack to like be able to trigger the Destiny draw again and search the dog
Yeah.
and discard it.
Oh, the assault on GHQ as expected.
On his opponent's draw phase.
I don't know about that, man. I would have waited until
Oh,
he...
actually, he did it because he probably also realized that Adobo searched the dog. So using the assault now, there is no way he's going to be able to mill the dog. So he's going to get the 5 cards.
That's right. That's right.
But he still needs another Warm Worm and a hero, and he only has 2 turns. So this is going to come down to the wire.
So I'm trying to think about it. What if you had hero and then assault? I have to like think it through. So if you did hero,
Yeah. So what would have to happen is you do hero, they draw the dog.
you don't have to discard until it's the end of your turn.
Yeah, so they have to draw the dog, and they need to have exactly 2 cards left in their deck. Otherwise, you can't use GHQ anymore.
Yeah. But he's going to have 4 cards left in his deck.
Yeah. No,
So, yeah, it won't
he's
be able
going
to
to
work
have
out.
like 1 card. I guess.
Or I mean, before the turn
Oh,
begins.
the Jar of Avarice. Okay. Okay, so he would just wins here. Like he actually cannot lose now. Because he has more
Well-
cards left in. Oh no, wait, never mind. The dog can still make him lose, I guess, if
Yeah.
he gets really, really unlucky.
Yeah. Now the question is, what is he gonna put back in his deck? I want to say he's gonna put back assault.
Yeah.
Very good.
Warm Worm.
Warm Worm,
Yeah.
assault, And
And the Feint Plan, why not?
yeah,
It's not like the other cards are ever going to be useful.
so that middle card has been there for a long time.
Yeah.
And there you go, 4 cards in the deck. So he gets to draw 1 from that. Now he gets to draw another card. So that's going to be 2 new cards to his hand. He's hoping that's going to be a Warm Worm and an Assault. That way he's going to be ready for a hero next turn.
Yeah. Like,
So it
yeah,
looks
there
like
shouldn't
Miliardo's set
be-
to win this.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a way Miliardo loses here. The only way is if the card that you set is actually a Worm. He doesn't have a GHQ ready. Adobo Boy, and he doesn't get a GHQ before Adobo Boy is at 1 card, and then Adobo Boy draws a card and sends it to the graveyard, draws the card, sends it to the graveyard, or the dog rather, because if that's a Warworm and that happens, then Miliardo won't actually be able to set a hero because the hero will get Lava Golemed. That's like the only way Adobo Boy can win. Like like the stars have to align for him again. I feel like the stars were pretty aligned for him already, but they have to like perfectly align for Adobo to win. You know?
Yeah, I think so too. And Miliardo has to do this very carefully and make sure he doesn't mess up.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this game is, yeah, there's probably just a set hero, and if Adobo didn't draw the dog, this game should be over.
Yeah.
This was a like, yeah, he got the dog. Like the game is, I feel like the game is way too close for being Mil versus Stahl. I think the only other time I've seen this matchup be this close was when Bricks and Potatoes played versus Forbidden Memories, and Saber Dark played Ultimate Provenance in his Stahl deck. And I went super aggressive, and it actually almost made me lose the game.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
So Assault's going to come through there.
Yeah.
And it's going to be able to work.
yeah, Desky. Oh no, that's the end phase.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you
Need
do it in
hero.
the end phase?
You need hero.
Yeah, he can't win without hero now. He actually fucked himself.
He needs the hero in order
yeah.
to win.
That has to be the hero though, right?
Yeah. Adobo can't do anything here. If that's a hero, then that's GG. I would be absolutely confused if that is not a hero. Just flip it up and that's game.
I guess it didn't really matter if he used Assault and GHQ there or during his turn. So
There it is. So
yeah, that is the hero.
Creeping Death are going to be up 3-2. Stall deck falls, and now we're going to see fast games.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Well, they're not going to play Stall again.
Yeah,
in
that's-
response to the mill. So yeah, Floodgate's not going to do anything there. He's just showing off his deck now.
But I guess one thing I've noticed. What the? Okay. One thing I've noticed, like when people play against me as Stahl and when I play against Stahl, is that the games tend to take a while anyway because the person playing against Stahl have to like really think about their plays and what they're doing, right? They have to make sure that they don't make a misplay, because I feel like playing versus Mill is the kind of deck where if you make a misplay, you're just gonna lose. Like, you have to play your turns basically perfect.
Yeah, what do you think they're going to be playing now? What do you think Three Kings are going to send out?
I
This
mean,
is Adobo's second
yeah,
deck, right?
yeah. So this is
So it's
Adobo's
probably
second deck.
water.
Yeah. So now we're gonna see just how well Three Kings prepared and predicted their opponents.
Yeah.
Like this deck that Adobo is playing right here is going to tell a lot about just what level Three King is at in terms of Team Wars.
Right.
Okay, so it looks like it's actually a Red Ice deck coming out from Adobo here.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, what I kind of suspected.
Very
Just
nice
because it's
pragmatic
being,
insight.
yeah, that's a great
And
pickup
spirit.
from the
You
from
know,
the KC
you know he
Cup.
got that
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the KC Cup.
100%. He played Red Ice during the KC Cup as well.
Yeah.
So probably picking that to pay tribute to the deck that got him to top 100.
So Mill, I don't agree with the stall plus Red Eyes. Honestly, I mean Mill seriously
Yeah,
can counter both those decks, and this might be the chance where Creeping Death pulls over an entire, entire 2 lives.
yeah.
over
This
three.
this
This
could
could
be the swing.
beginning of their big lead.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Not even the swing. Like this could just exactly be where they
The start
take
of
the lead.
dominance.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
also this Red Eye Spirit telegraphs no storm ready, I would say, or at least that he doesn't want to use the storm right now. I don't know when he would have
why
actually
wouldn't
gotten
he?
like a better position to
Maybe
use the storm.
He probably doesn't have a normal summon.
Oh, that's also very possible actually.
Because I mean, I don't think Miliardo's playing Lava Golem in his deck,
Yeah.
or maybe he is. It would be in just that one.
Yeah. He's playing 23 cards, so I would actually be somewhat cautious of the Lava Golem there.
Yeah, always be cautious for sure.
Yeah, because it's not like an uncommon card in Mill. I mean, it's not common, but it's not uncommon, It's kind of like...
I feel like 1 is healthy.
Mhm.
2 is too much.
Yeah. So I think that... Yeah, this is a hard turn for Adobo, especially if he does have Storm. I feel like it makes the turn even harder because he decided to go for the Red Ice play. Like he might have top deck Storm or something. Okay, there is the Floodgate on the Samurai Skull, and that's
Effect
kind of
is
the
still
thing.
gonna go off.
Yeah, like even though the effect is still going to go off.
Oh, I
you're
don't think
not
he activated it.
Oh yeah, okay. He didn't want to self make, so like
Okay.
the Floodgate actually got a lot of value.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like this is the sucky part about playing Red Ice versus me. Like you're just forced to attack, and Hero is also like a very good card versus Red
the
Ice
Cosmic
because
Cyclone
this
is
happens,
gonna be-
right? Like they
That
can
is
draw into the
really
Storm or the
unfortunate.
Cosmic Cyclone, which is their like only realistic win condition. And if they don't draw into the Cosmic Cyclone or the Storm, like they're only going to draw cards that's not really going to help them. Like Gosuke is not going to do much in this matchup. Drawing Red Ice is not going to be very beneficial. I guess in this situation, it's not the worst because you have a floodgated card, right? But it's still, it's still not like something you want to do. So the hero in the Red Eyes matchup is definitely not a card you're sad about opening versus opening hero versus something like water or maybe even alien, you know?
Yeah. Dang, that Cosmic Cyclone being milled is going to be a huge, unfortunate thing to happen to Adobo.
Yeah, and still no Storm being able to come out, and no extra monster is
8
gonna have to
cards.
attack into the Worm or the. Okay, so that's like best case scenario for Adobo right here, being able
Yeah.
to just attack into that Wing Karibo, not being stopped on top of that.
He
Yeah.
needs to hope he doesn't get Lava Golem if that's even going to be possible.
Mhm.
Like I said, we don't know if Adobo's running, or rather Miliardo's running Lava Golem in his deck, but you know it is safe to assume one.
Yeah, there's another set card. What was that? The card he top decked? I missed what card is played from his hand. But if that's the top deck card, then it's probably the Worm coming out here, which is just kind of spell trouble for Adobo if he's not able to like summon a monster, get something through. A Storm would be really powerful here, and there comes the Storm. This is probably the best Storm Adobo could have ever gotten in this game. I must say, I don't agree with Miliardo playing into the Storm, especially not when he already had the Curse of Anubis set.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Miliardo got a little bit ahead of himself. Yes, I think the card he actually set was the Wall of Disruption, which, like, to be completely honest, I felt was pretty greedy in this situation. Okay, so that's a hero, so I guess maybe he wanted to possibly protect the hero with the Wall of D if his opponent so decided to summon a monster or another monster. That's another set card. If that's a hero or a Worm, this game is probably over. He would need to have a Red Eyes in hand, which he should have, right? Because I don't think I've seen a Red Eyes being milled. Cosmic Cyclone, definitely a good pickup for him here. I think if this is the Feint plan, okay, it's not the Feint plan. I was gonna say, if it is the Feint plan, I think you just use the Feint plan there and hope to top deck a monster. Because if that's not Wing Karibo set, Miliardo is probably going to lose here. He's probably
Yeah.
gonna get OTK'd. I do think this card, like, just based on the cards we've seen being played so far, like, that set card is probably a Worm. And there is the Red Eyes
Yeah.
normal summon.
Dude,
Um,
Jara Abrash he's getting so much value about from the jar. It's actually kind of insane.
Oh wow, that's actually the Wing Karibo. Holy.
Wow. That's gonna be really unfortunate.
Yeah, that's especially because it just sent back the heroes. That's like two. That's two
This game is
draws.
gonna end up being really close.
Yeah, that's like two draws. That's just gonna be game right there. Holy. Like, statistically, that shouldn't have happened. He should be dead right now. Yeah, let's see if he draws the hero. He would need something very powerful in order to not lose here.
Dude, that jar. Honestly, if Adobo wins here, or Miliardo wins here, that jar of Avarice like literally came in so clutch because that's an extra. That's a
Wow.
that would be an extra chance to draw a mill card, but
He actually
That's
had
game.
nothing. Or maybe
Yeah,
it's
that's
two
really game.
Karibos in hand.
that would be so insane. There's a delay though. Oh, there's one.
There's one.
There's another delay. Is that his own card?
I feel like it has to be another Karibo. Like, there is no way you just at least wouldn't set the card, you know?
I don't know, man. He's taking a while to use the Karibo. Maybe it could be a disconnect.
Yeah, there it is.
Karibo. Oh my
Holy
god. The double Karibo coming in. Miliardo needs to top deck a Hero Shadow Scar.
Yeah. Hero is like the
Hero-
only way. Like,
Oh my
Hero, Karibo to stall another turn.
Oh, could be Curse. He sent Curse back.
Yeah,
with-
could be
with Jara
Curse, could be
Avarice.
Windstorm. I think Adobo has to play around Windstorm here.
Yeah.
Could be
Yeah.
Wall of D.
Could, it could be Wall of D as well. He
Like,
has
there's
to
actually
play...
a lot of cards that it could be.
Okay, so Adobo playing smart.
It is
It's
the
a
Wall of D. He's
So
still
if he-
alive.
If he draws another Wall of D,
Win Karibo is game. Basically, every card is game here for
yeah, Adobo. Oh my
Miliardo.
gosh.
Like,
Adobo's in a
oh
terrible
my
position now.
god. If that's that has to be a Karibo, but it is a Karibo. Like, there's no way you don't set or summon the card. It is like it has to be a
He
Karibo.
runs triple Karibo in his deck.
Yeah,
That's actually.
That's the
Oh my
Karibo.
god, that's the triple Karibo.
Like,
That's it.
There's just no way you don't at
That's
least
it.
set the card to bluff if you like in that situation. Holy.
Did Adobo use both Storms? Was Storm the last card in Adobo's deck?
Maybe he only plays one Storm because he plays like 2 or 3.
How can you play only one Storm?
He
and
plays
Red Eyes?
20 cards, 2 or 3 Cosmic Cyclones. So like I feel like you have to cut something, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, that's it for Adobo. Holy. Yeah,
Well, there you go. Mill is gonna take another game. Miliardo puts Creeping Death up 4-2. Guys, if I've seen, I mean, from all the Team Wars games I've seen, almost all of them, once you start getting that, a lead of an entire player meaning 2 lives.
Yeah.
Once you get that lead going, that's when the other team starts crashing and burning, and that's when this is the point where Creeping Death should be thinking, okay, this is where we have such an extreme counterpick advantage. This is where we just take it home for the taking. Creeping Death is in such a powerful position right now to take this, and like 2-4, it might seem very close to you guys, but like when you're being, it's like an entire player. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, like
And-
in this format, it's
It's a
a
huge
lot.
Look, but
Uh,
I'm not gonna call anything early because it is way too early to call anything. But there have been a handful of games, maybe even more than that. People have came back from way down. Just this past weekend, Shrimp Squad was above Abusement Park 8-3. 8-3. Think about that. Like, how would you ever come back from that? And then a player known as The Egg 69, he came back. He went on a 5-game win streak, and it ended up being 9-8.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Abusement Park ended up losing, but
But yeah, they
you can
they
make
almost brought it
comebacks.
back.
This not only is this a very snowball-ishy format, it's also a very comeback format. It could be very 180 sometimes, but
A lot comes down to how you prepare, like your decks in general, because it's very possible that Creeping Death prepared for what we've seen Three Kings bring so far. The next 6 decks that Three Kings bring might be decks that Creeping Death just didn't prepare enough for. Because we've already seen 2 meal decks which has been putting in a lot of work. But that might be all she wrote. After that, they might just not have anything left. So, Three Kings deciding to send in Xeno here with his border deck.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah,
matchup.
this is telling me that they don't have a meal counter left.
Yeah,
Like their
not left. Yeah.
their best meal counter is something like this.
Oh
like,
no, it's Flying Fish.
yeah, but even I don't think Flying Fish
No,
is like really.
Flying Fish can definitely compete against Mill, I think. Now, if it okay, well now,
I
now when there's a
I
flood
feel
game on the
like
field,
Flying Fish is kind of like
it has a
In-
better chance than like the other water
Yeah,
decks.
yeah. I'll agree with that actually. It's better than the other water decks. It kind of has the same lose condition. Like if
Yeah,
your
if
flying
I
fish
saw
get floodgated, it's like kind of over.
if I saw the Abyss Warrior deck again, I would have been like, damn, they are so desperate. They
Mhm.
really don't have anything. Like they have to rely on one card or three copies of a card in an entire 20 card deck. But it is the Flyfish deck, and you can, let's say if he has another Flyfish, you can use Flyfish's effect on face down fish monsters. So, um,
I think if Creeping Death ends up taking this, I definitely think that
oh dude, is he gonna mill the
Wow.
Flyfish?
whole
No, but he does mill the fish depth charge. That's gonna be very, very like, detrimental.
that's a very aggressive play as well, which is telling me that this set card right here is powerful. Might be another Wormworm because he's not in the range of getting
I don't know.
OTK'd here.
I feel like the reason he made that assault play was so he could get flying fish into the grave, because he really does not have answers to flying fish right now. So he's trying to remove the other player's options as fast as possible. And I think either way, based on what I said or you said, I think either way it was probably the best play to make in that
Oh,
situation.
for sure. Yeah, not being able to summon anything here. Yeah, that's just not a good position. To be completely honest, I feel like Mill might just run away with this match. Like
So-
like the entire Three Kings versus Creeping Death here. Like Mill might just run away with it.
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
if this is the best answer they had for Mill, yeah.
You never know. Maybe his second deck also does well against Mill.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
he just decided, like, let's say it's Dinos or something, and he has like he opens Zing or some crazy stuff. It's always possible. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, for
Team
sure.
Wars. But one thing I do want to mention. Someone mentioned in chat, Miliardo last week went 8-1. Okay, and Mazurek also went 8-1, and Mazurek got player of the week. And I just woke up today and I was, chilling in general chat in the Team Wars Discord, which you all can join, ! Discord. It's a general chat is lit all day, every day, bro.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
pretty fuego.
We have a lot of drama going on there. It's very fun to as a spectator, but
Yeah, it's very fun to
make
follow.
sure you don't get involved, because people do roast you pretty hard. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. Anyway, back onto what I was saying earlier. Miliardo went 8-1, but he didn't
Wow.
win player of the week.
So sorry, that's another floodgate on the
Yeah.
flying fish. There is no coming back from that. Like both flying fish
Yeah.
getting floodgated, that's the match. Sorry, yeah, continue with what you were
mean,
saying.
I think. Is there one in the grave? No, there isn't. So I
No,
think
but
there's
can
one
you-
more in the deck.
can you tribute face down fish monsters?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can. Yeah, I said that earlier. So even though, like, if that fish did not get floodgated, I would even say that the fish pair would win. It's looking really bad now. But back what I was saying earlier, Miliardo went well last week, but didn't get player of the week. And a lot of his team members and other Team Wars members from other teams were talking about how he played a harder team, better record, didn't get it. And then someone in the chat was like, dude, he's probably going to get 8-1 again this week. And if he doesn't get player of the week this week, he's probably going to get player of the month. So he's
Yeah,
going
that's
ham. But
that's the thing as well,
there's a
right?
fly fish
Yeah,
coming in.
but
This
I
is-
feel
this is
like
where it
this is
starts.
too little, too late. To be honest.
Maybe, it could be. It could be. I think it
'Cause it-
depends.
Yeah, because it's kind of like Miliardo still has 2 cards in hand. The set card, for all we know, if the set card is Wormworm, this game is actually just over. Like it's actually just over. Unless it's like double powerful rebirth set, and he can maybe get the Hammer Shark to summon another monster or something.
Oh, this is it.
I think this is the Wing Karibo actually.
If that's Wormworm, this is it. Oh? He's gonna get the Oyster Meister back.
He only needs to pop 1 card though.
He doesn't have.
Yeah,
oh,
there's the Hammer
Shark.
Shark.
Okay, so he has a Oyster Meister in his hand. So this could be. No, this can't be lethal. No, with Mythic Depths, it could be lethal.
Yeah, it can be lethal. If the set card
Oh,
is
man.
not
Oh man. Oh man.
oh,
It is
it's a
not.
hero.
Dude, this could be lethal.
Yeah, this could be game right here.
He has to use Hammer Shark's effect.
Granted, if the
He
set
has to-
because if the set card is something like Faint Plan, like it's actually just a dead card. On top of that,
He has one card left in his deck. He needs to have Oystermeister in his hand. If that one card in the
oh,
deck
it's a
is Oyster-
Curse of Anubis though.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. That's it.
But still,
If
it's
he has a
actually
Wing
like not
Karibo,
not. Oh yeah, if he has a Wing Karibo, it's just over. But if he doesn't, I feel like this is actually in Xeno's favor right now. Because if he doesn't have a Wing Karibo, Xeno's probably just gonna pop the entire board. Because I do believe that the last face down card we're seeing here is actually another powerful rebirth, which is why he went into the battle step like that without using the Hammer Shark's effect. Because of the potential
man.
face down card.
I think he top deck that monster. It could be a Wing Karibo, and if that's the case, this is over.
Oof, yeah, that's so hard to say, because I feel like if you had a Wing Karibo or if you top decked a Wing Karibo, like either you're just like so relieved that you actually top decked the Wing Karibo, which is why it took a while to make that play, or that it's not a Wing Karibo and you were actually thinking about, okay, what's the best play I can make, because you know Wing Karibo's just game. There's no way around that unless he's playing like Divine Wrath, but like there's
Now,
not
his
another card
face
that's
down-
going to be better versus that.
His face down card could be a powerful rebirth. Didn't we see that earlier? A powerful rebirth
No,
from Miliardo?
no. I was just
different game.
speculating. Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Okay, so that's
Oh,
the
it's
Jar of
Jar.
Avarice. Okay, so he's
Could be a Karibo.
I-
He could get a Karibo from his deck.
yeah, I think he's trying to fish for the Karibo. I think the set card isn't actually Wing Karibo. It's
Yeah.
probably something else, and it's actually trying to fish for the Sphere
Sphere
Karibo.
Karibo.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's his only out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's gonna add flood. Yeah, see, this is just by what he's adding back into the deck, you can tell that he really does not have the means necessary. Like, this is lethal if unless you top deck a Sphere Karibo.
You know, to be honest, for all we know, he might have already had a Sphere Karibo in hand, and maybe he just wants to solidify his
Get him.
chances. You know, like getting another Sphere Karibo if in case he has something crazy.
That is not good.
Yeah. Like all he needs is a Sphere Karibo, but then again, he needs a Sphere Karibo or a normal Karibo, I guess. But
That was an instant battle phase. We do see a delay.
yeah,
Is that Sphere Karibo or his own delay?
that is
That
the Sphere
is
Karibo.
Sphere Karibo, and we can't say if he already had that in his hand because he did shuffle, or no, he didn't. So that was he
That
already
was
did have it
already
in
in,
his
yeah.
hand. Yeah, he already did have it in his hand. So that's super clutch for Miliardo. That's it.
Yeah.
That's game. He had. Yeah, wow, Miliardo. This is his third win, right?
Yeah, he's popping
3 and
off.
0. Miliardo is 3 and 0. Three Kings do not have an answer to Mill, guys. If you're just tuning in right now, this is 5 and 2 for Creeping Death.
They
Miliardo
haven't
has
even
been on a tear.
yeah, they haven't even seen his second deck yet. Like they haven't been able to take a life from Miliardo.
Yeah, and like you said, man, the fact that they sent Flying Fish against Mill just shows that they really don't have much to say against to this Mill deck. And we're gonna have to hope for Three Kings that Senu has another deck that can counter Mill. I know Senu's played CA in the past. In fact, he got second place in DLPT 14, which was roughly 2 weeks ago. He got second place with Cyber Angels. So if we see Cyber Angels here, this could be the end of Miliardo's Mill deck run. But keep in mind, Miliardo still has 2 lives left. So and he wants that player of the week. So
I definitely feel like if he had side ranges, he would have opened side ranges because that's a pretty like free win versus Mill, just in general.
so it looks like probably Red Eyes.
Yeah, probably Red Eyes or Aliens. If that's Resort, it's not Resort, so it's Red Eyes.
Yeah, straight to the grave. That's
yeah.
definitely red eyes. It could be magnets, but I really doubt you would play magnets unless you had no other choice.
Yeah, with straight, I feel like restart, like you need the consistency, right? Magnets are kind of bricky in nature, so you just need that added consistency of restart. Even though straight to the grave is really, really nice to have, like as added power, like it does a lot in a lot of matchups, but like you just need the extra consistency of restart.
Yeah. No, yeah, I definitely agree. And this is coming from you, the one of the, well-respected Magnets player in the community, or a player that plays Magnets. But nonetheless, we do see Red Eyes Insight and a Red Eye Zombie, so that is definitely Red Eyes. Now the question is he playing more of a Storm-based deck or a Cosmic Cyclone-based deck? Because Adobo played 2 Cyclones, 1 Storm.
Yeah.
Unless that last card was a Storm. I really doubt you would play 2 Cyclones, 2 Storms, though. I feel like that's a bit overkill.
Okay, so you decided to go for the Gosuke effect here. I don't know if I agree with that.
He's trying to search for Mill. Or not Mill.
Storm?
He's trying to search for Storm.
That's probably true.
He doesn't have Storm. Or either that, or he has no options in his hand. So I think they're... Okay, well, he didn't need that Insight.
Oh,
He did need that Cosmic Cyclone and a Bacon. Okay, that's fine. But that Cosmic Cyclone... Dude, this is like a repeat of Adobo versus Milliardo. The Cosmic Cyclone goes to the graveyard from a Hero Shadow Scout, and now you're 1 back row removal card down. But again, back to the Gozuki effect, I think he's either setting up for a Gozuki to the graveyard, summon Red Eyes, go ham with Storm, like he already has Storm in his hand, or he's just fishing for Storm. But damn, that's going to be really unfortunate, man. 8 cards in his deck. Oh, there's the Cosmic Cyclone. Dude, they might be playing identical decks.
Yeah, that's very possible. Especially if they've done like a lot of testing and stuff in team. It's very possible that they just end up on the deck that they think will do the best in the meta. I feel like 3 Kings might have underestimated their opponents here. Just based on previous games, they should have expected a lot of, or not, maybe not a lot of stall, but like you said before, Milliardo is pretty known for playing, the stall decks, the mill decks, etc. Like he always has his own spicy stall decks, that are always really annoying to play against, right? So
I would definitely see a spicy mill deck here, 23 card mill with Jar of Avarice.
Yeah, and did they even have an answer to mill? They had one water deck because they started with water, right? So
which beat mill?
Yeah,
the water deck did beat mill.
Oh yeah,
that was good.
Yeah. So they had in total, so from what we've seen so far, 2 water decks, and water seemed to be their only real counter deck against mill. Which I feel like that's kind of just not preparing well for your opponents. You know what I'm saying?
I just saw something in chat and I have to mention it. Bulgy Milk in chat says Milliardo. It's in his name.
True. That is true.
Oh man, maybe that's too funny. Look, man, 4 cards are left in his deck. I believe that he's probably playing the same deck as Adobo, meaning he only runs 1 Storm. He needs that play right now. If that face down as a win Karibo, that's just rip.
And we saw a lot of delay when Xeno attacked as well. I don't know if he has a Bacon Saver in the graveyard. I don't think he does because he drew the Bacon Saver before.
He doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't.
So that's probably a Sphere Karibo prompt. So he would need another monster to get through here, and if that's a set feint plan, he's just not even gonna get anything this turn. Or if he doesn't summon a monster, and that set card is Hero or Wormworm, and he does have a Sphere Karibo in hand, this game is also over. There are many ways this game just ends here. This turn, yeah. If there comes, there is the Storm. That's good. That's powerful.
Did he top deck that?
I
wasn't
so.
paying attention.
Ooh, Curse of Anubis. Ooh.
That was like the worst card to Storm. Dang. You know what I would have done? Maybe. Honestly, I would have maybe even summoned a monster to check for a delay. Maybe Milliardo would have been smart, but with the toggle. But I would have maybe summoned a monster, checked for delay. If I saw no delay, I would have assumed Wall of D or something, and would have gone with the Storm. But if I saw a delay, I definitely would have just waited for that Storm play.
If he attacks into a Worm or hero, and and if it is indeed a Sphere Caribbean hand, like the game is just gonna end.
Yeah, this could be game.
I think like one way or the other.
He has Sphere Karibo in his hand.
Yeah.
There's no way that you can have a delay.
Oh, there's Wing Karibo.
Both worst case scenarios coming into light. He's attacking there. He knows it's over. Milliardo taking yet another game. Senu goes 0-2. Milliardo still with 2 lives left, and he's 4-0 now.
I mean, depending on what he has in hand, like, cause he could have a GHQ in hand or like Jar of Avarice or something useless like that, and then Senu can still win. Like, Milliardo actually needs like a pretty decent card here to win. And it's gonna, because it's gonna get attacked by 3 monsters.
The immediate set, man. Like, I really think this is over.
Ooh, 2 set cards, no Storm left. That's unfortunate for Senu.
Right, like, just the way Milliardo's been playing from his body language, I could tell that he was prepared for that Storm play. He only set 1 curse. He knew that in that position, Senu had no choice but to Storm, and he baited it out. And Curse of Anubis, literally like the least value you can get from a Storm play.
Yeah.
And now it's just looking all over for Milliardo, for Senu. Like, I know I called it early, and I was very confident with calling it early, but I really don't think there's any way for Senu to come back from this. Milliardo just played it so well.
That's actually the Sphere Karibo set. Now that I think about it, because we knew he had a Sphere Karibo in hand, so that's actually the Karibo set on the board, and he protected it with a Feint Plan, trying to buy himself as many turns as possible. Okay, the Jar of Avarice comes out. I think he might have drawn Worm or Wing Karibo, and is just looking for something for that extra turn right now.
Possibly.
And he got something. Yeah.
Could be a curse. Could be a Wall of D.
Yeah. Could even be a
Could be the Feint Plan. Oh, I don't think he put Feint Plan.
No,
he did.
He used the Feint Plan earlier, so it could definitely be a Feint Plan.
Oh, I was checking what he put back into the deck. He put back 2 heroes, 1 Wing Karibo, 1 curse, and 1 Feint.
Yeah.
All cards that he could top deck and still win with. I mean, dude, have you seen? He has 18 cards left in his deck. Senu has 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had exactly 5 cards in his graveyard because the...
Wow. Wow. Talk about top decks.
Yeah. But like you said, he had a lot of cards he could draw to win there.
I feel like the only thing that he really wouldn't want to draw there would be like a Worm, maybe. Yeah. And assuming that his already face down card isn't it.
I think the card he just set is Wing Karibo. I think he drew the Wing Karibo and he realized he needs like 1 defensive card or hero, because setting because he has a Sphere Karibo and Wing Karibo set right now. Yeah, there's the Sphere Karibo, and this is definitely going to be the Wing Karibo. Yeah.
Yeah. That's game. Milliardo, like I said earlier, Milliardo is gonna go 4-0.
Yeah.
He's already 12-1 in the last week and this week, so he's already contending for Player of the Month, and the month just started.
Wow, the hero BM.
Oh man. They call him Milliardo for a reason, man. He Milliardoed. Milliardo apostrophe D. But yeah, now they have to send. They only have 2 players left, dude. Creeping Death has 4
Yeah, they have
players
KO and
left.
Flips.
KO and Flips are left, man. Dude, you know, I know Flips has been playing Snipe Hunter recently.
Mm-hmm.
If he actually comes out with Snipe Hunter, I would have been super surprised of why he didn't play Snipe Hunter like earlier. Like why they didn't send him out. Like how do you feel about Snipe Hunter versus Mill?
It's
They're sending KO.
okay. They're sending KO. Snipe Hunter versus Mill is kind of I feel like it's very coin flippy.
But you know, I feel like if the coin flips hit, then it's
Yeah.
really bad for Mill.
Yeah, I
for
feel
either.
like, to be honest, I feel like Fish is probably, like, Flying Fish is probably safer to send in versus Mill than Snipe Hunter. Because you're extremely reliant on your Snipe Hunter. It's almost like Abyss Water, I feel like Snipe Hunter. Only that if you get the Snipe Hunter through, you're way more likely to win than if you just get the Abyss through. Like, the Abyss, you're probably gonna win. If you get the Snipe Hunter, you're gonna win, right?
Yeah. Now we see Balance Ishizu. What?
They had
Cyber-
no.
Cyber Petite Angel being summoned onto the field, indicating that this is a Cyber Angels deck, and they're sending it out now, and not 2 games ago when they should have sent it out. Very questionable play by Three Kings. This might be what costs them
Yeah.
the entire round. 6-2, dude. That is no joke. 6-2 is something that is super hard to come back from.
I feel like when they're
I don't know.
behind, I feel like they can't really make. Okay, so what I'm thinking right now, right, is okay. So they wanted to save the Cyber Angel for, in order to be able to counter maybe another matchup that they didn't really prepare as well for, and since the Flying Fish like is supposed to be pretty good versus Mill, they wanted to go with that instead. But I feel like from in the position they were in, like they weren't in a position where they could afford to take that risk, because if they lose that risk, like the match is over, you know? They're down 4 lives.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, there's a thing called misplaying within the game and misplaying outside the game. I think Three Kings today didn't misplay inside the game, but they definitely misplayed outside the game.
Mhm.
I mean, the first misplay was I personally believe, you know, as a coach too in this league, the first misplay was starting the round with Mill. That was the first misplay.
Yeah. If this Dakini effect went through, there are some delays. Oh no, there's no delay. He has to choose his monster. Yeah. So if he didn't get a delay, if he can summon a Saphira here using the Ida 10, he actually has game through Wall of D, but he's not able to. Or maybe he doesn't know. I'm assuming he knows. Like, KO is a good player.
Attack will go through.
Yeah.
Dakini effect is going to cause a huge scar in Miliardo, but
And on
Dude,
top
it's
of
just-
that, there's a face-up Dakini on the board. How is Miliardo actually going to mill? Wind Kuribo is useless. Warworm is
Piercing.
useless.
piercing is so insane here. I mean, Wall of D, but I think KO is gonna play this very smart and just keep on attacking with 1 Dakini. Like you don't need to know, you don't need to do anything else here. Keep the Dakini on the field, keep attacking, and push through. Like
Yeah, like basically every card that
oh, Hymn of Light.
okay, this
Hey,
but this
I don't
is
think-
fine. Ida 10 is
You've
gonna
seen-
come out here. Or
You've
not
seen
Ida 10.
Miliardo for 4 games. I really don't think he's playing Lava Gold.
No, he's not playing Lava Golem. I mean,
really
if
don't think so.
if I like coached Three Kings, granted I would have said play Cyber Angels like 2 matches ago, but whatever. I mean, I would have at this point I would have said like don't play around Lava Golem. You know,
Yeah.
they've played so many games, and Miliardo has been winning so many games while being on the last cards in his hand, to where at some point the lava golem would have either bricked him or he would have showed the lava golem at this point, you know. Faint
Hey,
plan
Faint Plan.
coming out there. But even then, like the Saphira discarding here, the Kine adding back the Idaten, giving them an even bigger buff next turn if they want to. Like,
This is, like,
he's
dude,
just not coming back from this.
3K must be not like thising right now. Like they're probably all not like this right now. Not because, I mean, they're doing well with this game. KO's doing a fantastic job, but it's just, it could have been 3 and 4 right now.
Yeah.
This game is definitely going in the Cyber Angels players' favor. It could have been 3 and 4. It would have been so even.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's going to be 3 and 6. That's going to be so tough to come back. Miliardo is 4 and 0 right now. He's going to be 4 and 1, but he still has another life left. And you definitely know his second deck is probably one that can deal with Cyber Angels. It might be Aliens. It might be Red Eyes. It might be GBs. Like, all 3 of those decks, in some ways, especially Aliens, can deal with, and Red Eyes, can deal with Cyber Angels. Like, I don't know, we'll have to see. I really think his second deck is either Red Eyes or Aliens. And
Yeah, that's another faint plan, but the thing is,
it's like,
it's
what
not
can,
really
what do you,
gonna do
yeah.
anything.
I can understand if Miliardo actually has a Lava Golem in his deck, like 1, and we just haven't seen it by God's grace of Miliardo being blessed by mill draws, and we just didn't see it. If he has a Lava Golem, I can see how he can come back from that. But if he doesn't, I really don't know how he can come back. We saw his cards, like 3,700 Dakini and 3,500 Saphira gets over Wall of D pretty damn well. Like, that is still 4,000 together.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
Like,
let's
when
say
can-
he actually plays the Lava Golem. All KO has to do is summon Saphira, and Saphira has to not get floodgated, and then he can add back the Dakini, and then next turn he can just win. Or be in the same
do believe
position.
he probably has like a floodgate though. I mean,
Yeah. Well, hopefully for Miliardo, he doesn't actually have a floodgate right now because the card would be dead.
Okay, so Assault is actually going to help him a lot here in getting off Winkaribo's effect.
Yeah, that's really good actually.
So Assault can force Winkaribo. That's really good. Which is
even-
why I also advocated for playing, three Assaults in Team Wars.
Yeah, but I think he should just he should let this attack go through. The only way he loses if he lets this attack go through is if the set card is Warworm or Hero, and the set backward card is GHQ, and it top decks a Warworm. Like, all of those things has to happen. Okay, he's just gonna wait. Like, waiting is fine as well. Actually, might even be better, because waiting, there's not really a risk with waiting, right?
Right. And he really needs to get that piercing
Yeah,
effect off.
like the piercing is just gonna kill anyway, and he draw
He
monsters,
bas-
so this game is probably over.
Yeah, he's basically saying, hey, if you want my 3 cards milled off top of my deck, you're gonna give me your life points for it.
Mhm.
And
Well,
there you go.
like that's not
it's
even
not
gonna
do
matter.
anything. It's not gonna do anything, and that's gonna be game.
Yeah, this Saphira is gonna kill. Actually, it doesn't kill through Warworm. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Holy
this could
shit.
Be very, this could be very.
No, but he
He
wow.
has to. He has to go for it.
'Cause okay, yeah.
Oh!
Holy shit.
Wow, dude,
Oh my
the
God.
balls, dude. The balls on this dude, man. Oh my god. Dude, if that was a Warworm, that was it.
Oh my God.
He was like, dude, you're down 2 and 6. You have no other choice, right? Like,
Holy.
you have no other choice. What are the chances of him having a Warworm again?
Jesus Christ. Oh. I mean,
Dude, if that was a Warworm, 1400.
yeah, no, he
and
wouldn't have died.
1900,
He would have.
We would have had 100 life points
Yeah,
left.
and he would have milled 3 cards and he would have won.
Oh my god,
But-
dude, that was.
Yeah, because here's the thing, the the odds of it being Hero or Winkaribo were a lot higher because he already attacked into I think 2 Wormworms, so there was
Yeah.
like only one possible Wormworm left compared to like I think a total of 4 hero / wing Kuriboh. So like, he should have attacked there, but that was so scary. Wow. Miliardo finally dropping again. This should have happened many games ago.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I feel like that was a huge just misstep by three kings to not send in the Cyber Angel earlier. Yeah, let's see if they can come back from this. Oh, the game probably started.
Yeah, I'm just going into it right now.
Yeah, I was just I was kind of waiting for someone to start the game, and then I realized I have to start the game or spectate. I'm like, who's this scuffed streamer not starting the game? Like, come on.
Blame it on Andy.
Yeah, god damn it, Andy.
Alright. Very interesting. Are you in the game yet?
Yeah, or
Okay.
yeah, I've seen like the abilities triggered.
Characters. Okay, yeah. So very interesting that we're gonna see Mythic Depths. So water and
Yeah. Oh my god,
water
this is
with Mill is a very questionable combination. But what isn't questionable is his start. In fact, actually, it's pretty questionable considering how broken he opened. But I mean,
honestly like
a Dakini play.
like just based on matchups, if they sent in Cyber Angels back when they should have sent in Cyber Angels, they would have actually been tied, or would they have been ahead? I don't remember. Oh yeah, they would. No, they would have been ahead, right? No, they would have been tied. Sorry, they would
It
have
would
been
have
tied.
been 3-4.
Yeah, but like
He would have
Cyber
won
Angels.
this, it would have been 4-4.
Yeah, because Cyber Angels, like just based on the matchup, should win this match. So they would have been 4-4 instead of being 3-6 or possibly 4-6, which if like the matchup if the matchup pans out the way it should, they should be 4-6 after this. Like they basically just threw away 2 lives for literally nothing. Like some information about Miliardo not playing Lava Golem. That's about the only thing they got out of
Yeah.
sending in their was it Xenu? Yeah, Xenu before
He
before
played Red
KO.
Eyes and water.
Yeah.
So KO taking a while to think about his play here. He's
Mhm.
gonna summon Petite and search the young Machine Angel ritual. So I think
That's
he's
the
going
thing.
for a double ritual play.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing with CA. Like your first, like first of all, you just want to see, can I OTK? If yes, okay. What's the strongest board I can build, like while going for the OTK? But if can I OTK? If no, then okay. Like what's the strongest board I can build for a follow-up play? The
Now
next
keep in
turn,
mind,
right?
we know he has a ritual in his hand because he's playing balance. So he basically is going for a double ritual play. He might have a Saphira in his hand,
Hmm.
and he's, oh, I don't know, man. What's the other ritual in his hand? Okay, he's gonna get Hymn of Light.
Yeah.
So he probably has an Absolute in his hand. So he has an Absolute, Dakini, Hymn of Light, and Saphira in his hand. And he's basically going to summon both Dakini and Saphira. There you go. So I called it right. The Dakini is going to be summoned by the Absolute Petite and Benten. And then he's
Yeah.
going to use the Editon to summon the 3500 Saphiro and 3700 Dakini. That is literally the best possible start you can get.
Yeah, and on top of that, he has
Cyber
a
Angel.
Machine Angel Ritual and Hymn of Light in the graveyard. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't care if Whale come out. Like, Whale can come out. Like, what is a Whale
Yeah.
gonna do versus that?
This is
Like,
over.
This,
I
yeah,
mean,
this
you
is
can't-
over.
Wall of D, it doesn't matter, dude.
No,
You
it
pretty
doesn't
much
matter. Like,
Yeah.
this game is actually... He can even discard the card on top of his hand. Like, he doesn't even have to draw here. He can just discard. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's
Like,
impossible.
it's just
Dude,
over.
I feel so bad for them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I shouldn't because it's their own fault. The fact that it could have been 2 games ago,
Yeah.
you know? they had this in the bag. It's just an opening like this too. It's
Yeah, there's the
yeah,
wall of it doesn't even matter.
congratulations. Exactly, Lethal, man. I mean,
Holy shit! Yeah, this should have happened like 30 minutes ago. Like this
Tuo
should
in the
yeah.
chat. Tuo in the chat says that KO was commanding the ship today, and he sent Senu in first, so KO.
Oh,
could be the
really?
hero. He sent KO. He sent Senu in first, so KO could be the hero.
Oh
Story
wow.
written. You heard it here first.
KO trying to steal all the glory. You know, if the ship is going to go down, at least he can look good while it's going down. You know.
I mean, look at this, man. Miliardo went 4-0, and the second KO came, 0-2.
Yeah.
So fast, and Miliardo's gone. He's done. He's out of here. No refunds. But yeah, I mean, now we're gonna see who they're gonna send in next. Look, this is creeping death. Their division is called Zombie World. We know they're gonna send
There's
in
a
Red Eyes
triple
next.
Red Eyes just waiting to come in, and
Miliardo is gone. I'm looking at their roster. They have Estado Kuma, who plays Red Eyes as well. I think he also plays Burn sometimes. I'm not sure too much about Estado Kuma. Insano plays Red Eyes. Jadizzle plays Red Eyes. I mean, KO's gonna expect some Red Eyes in this next game, and he's probably gonna be thinking about how to not lose
yeah.
against Red Eyes. He's gonna
So-
need that Edaton Saphira play and that
Mhm.
godly snipe.
It's actually very simple for CA to put themselves in a position where they can only lose to a double Econ play. And to be honest, how many decks especially without back row, can say, "Oh, I can easily take a double Econ play." Like double Econ plays versus like Wall of D's and stuff. It's still like, "Oh my god, am I even gonna survive this?" And when you play no back row, it's like you can't really be asked to like survive a double Econ play, right? But it's also not extremely likely or very likely at all that a double Econ play is to happen before you can actually end the game. In my honest opinion, Red Eyes versus Cyberbrain, this is actually a very even matchup. Especially if
Really?
if both players are good. This is for some people this is gonna sound strange, but it's a lot harder to play CA in that matchup than it is to play
You know,
Red Eyes in that matchup.
I actually
And-
agree with you, considering the fact the way the people are playing Red Eyes now. People are playing Super Rush and not playing much Wall of D in the Red Eyes decks. People are playing Cosmic Cyclone. So I can see your point being extremely valid. But speaking of points, KO is trying to make a point here. And he's gonna be going first, dude. How terrible is that? Oh, we're seeing
No.
Insano is playing Magnets
Oh, really?
or Tied to the Bind Red Eyes. Either one. I don't know if I saw a delay. It's either Tied to the Bind's Red Eyes or it's
Oh,
okay.
it is.
It's Tied to the Bind's Red Eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Tied to
I-
the Bind's Red Eyes.
Actually, like in the Red Eyes matchup, as long as I don't have like an Econ OTK combo, I actually kind of like going first with CA versus Red Eyes.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna play
Um,
Saphira. He
yeah.
probably didn't have a Saphira play.
Because like you summon Saphira in defense, and then you don't even need to do a lot after that. They have to be able to summon Gusuke and Econ take and have a Red Eyes in hand that they can summon, or actually any monster in hand. I guess it's not very unlikely. I guess.
So Bacon and Grape triple sets. I mean, that's not what you want to see as a Cyber Angels player.
Yeah.
I honestly, if you had turn 1 Saphira, you would have played it. And I don't think he did have turn 1 Saphira.
No, probably not. But you could also play around, like, I guess in the position that Three Kings are put in right now, when they're kind of behind, like they're still behind, right? So
Clearly, very behind. I mean,
Yeah.
two players when you're 4 and 6, like that's 2 players versus 3. It's a 2v3 right now, and that's
yeah, so
and if you lose this, that's like really bad. That's 3 lives, right?
yeah, so maybe he felt that taking the 1800 versus losing to like an econ cheese play is like better, you know, just because of how far behind they are. and how like
KO, I think KO's best option here is to just go in. I mean, we know. I mean, it could be it could be Cosmic Cyclone. It could be a set Anti-Magic Arrow. It could be a set Mirror Wall. He's playing Tie That Binds, so you don't really expect Storm, or at least at more than one copy.
yeah.
At least from what I've seen and
He's
experienced.
He searched the Senju and the Machine Angel Ritual, but he summoned the Petite this
Okay.
turn already.
I think he's
So-
playing defensively this turn.
Yeah, I think he's setting up for a follow-up play. I think he's gonna go for the Dakini here and go for the Dakini effect just because, you know, otherwise Nikon Take could just destroy him anyway.
Okay,
So
I think he has a Hymn of Light in his hand and he wants to summon a Saphira next turn.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why he searched to Senju. So he's going to summon the Dakini, use the effect. It's probably going to get Econned. Now, we want to see what's in Insano's hand, because if it's a Red Eyes, he would probably use Bacon to summon that Red Eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, there is Econ, as expected. Now, it's going to be key to see here if there is a delay. Okay, this is what we found out. No. Do you think his other back row cards are chainable?
I think it is at least one Red Eye Spirit.
Could have a Super Rush. Oh, the young top deck insight,
Yeah.
of course.
Best combo in the game.
Yeah, best combo. You thought Edith and Ben 10 was good? Check this out, dude. I get to summon a Red Eyes next turn for free.
I really do think he has a set spirit already.
Yeah, I think he has double Spirit and a Super Rush. I don't think he has an answer to another strong. It could be a mirror. I mean, he may be toggled off, right? You never know.
Yeah. No, maybe it
I
is
think
the
it's
spirit.
very.
Okay, so it wasn't a spirit set, which is good for KO, but also a little bit scary for KO.
It could be a bluff.
Mm.
Now he's gonna search this Saphira, and he's going to use the
I think
end
we're
of
gonna
the turn
see.
effect to add Dakini.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see here if it's like a bluff like Cosmic Cyclone, or if it's like an actual. Like
Now
red
here's
card.
the thing: is 3,500 Saphira will get over Mirror Wall, but
Yeah.
he'll be able to pay life points and attack into the Saphira. But then again, you have Hymn of Light in the graveyard, so you would need to top deck a monster and use Tie That Binds. Like, not having straight to the grave here is actually really like bad for Insano if he does have a Mirror Wall set. But it's really interesting to see what his back row might be. I mean, we know he has one Spirit for sure.
I think it is the Cosmic Cyclone. Because I
I
think
don't want to say it is. I really
Yeah,
want to say
because
he's
I
triple-
don't think the delay is from Chaos. Oh, actually it was. Or maybe it wasn't. We don't know for sure when the delay ended because we can't really see the hourglasses and stuff. But
If it was a Cosmic Cyclone, I think I would have chained that to the Hymn of Light.
yeah, I think that's what.
If you have a Mirror Wall, I would have done that.
Yeah, because I think that's probably what Insana was thinking about. You know.
Wall of D. That's still not enough.
Wow.
Oh my god. So they weren't chainable. So I was right,
That's
they're not
game.
chainable. But double Wall of D? You've got to be kidding me. That's why he went with this deck. He had double Wall of D and triple Econ in his deck. That's like, you can't beat that.
Holy shit! That's insane.
That's insano.
Wow.
That is an insano play.
Yeah, I don't
Combination.
blame KO at all for attacking there. Like,
Yeah,
I-
you can't do anything. What
Doubt-
can you do? You
yeah.
well,
Granted, he actually lost to one Wall of D. Now that I think about it, because
yeah. The second one was
this-
like a dagger.
yeah, because the Senju would still be 0 attack. He would have been able to use Red Eye Spirit and just attack over the Senju for game. But still, damn. I guess
Yeah.
but this is good information for KO though, going into his second deck. If he's playing like aliens or if he's playing a red ice as his second deck, especially if he's playing red ice.
KO should definitely be prepared. Like, everyone and their mom knows Creeping Death is a team that plays Red Eyes proudly,
Yeah.
with pride. And KO would have expected that if I play Cyber Angels, I'm going to have to be able to counter Red Eyes. So I would say his second deck is either GBs or Aliens. Maybe a modified GBs so it beats Red Eyes, but like in this case, GBs would be really, really good for KO because he's playing against double Wall of D. He's playing against like not straight to the grave. Like you can get over a Gazuki that's 1700. So we'll have to see, but it looks like we're gonna see balance again. Don't tell me he's playing double CA, because if he's playing double CA, I swear to God, biggest misplay in the entire world to not play
I think this
KO
is
back when
aliens.
Mill happened.
I think he's
Balance?
playing the I think he's playing the 21 card alien deck for the mirror match, like the mirror alien match.
Could be GBs as well, but
Yeah, it could be GBs. I mean, there is an extra deck, so it could definitely be GBs as well.
well, I mean, unlike All Day, I think it was, or Monkey Boy. unlike Monkey Boy, if this is Aliens, KO definitely did pick the right call to add an extra deck for the bluff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is Aliens. I feel like that's a good call. Aliens and CA is a pretty good mix. But I would say GBs and Aliens or GBs and CA is also a pretty decent mix.
Yeah, and there we see the alien warrior coming out there. So it is indeed aliens.
And it doesn't look like Insano opened
Insane.
ideal. He opened pretty well. Like I know people are quick. Whoa.
Oh, he set the Gazuki. That's interesting.
I was going to say people are very quick to say that opening Bacon Saver automatically means you bricked. Like I really disagree with that unless you're playing like GBs or something. And even then, I guess it really depends. But he opened Gazuki, bro, and he said it.
That's really interesting.
Imagine if KO was actually playing GBs. Like that would have been so bad.
Yeah. That would have been the worst.
I can understand why he set the Gazuki, right? Like setting against aliens is very smart, but at the same time, not milling that bacon turn one, I guess, is a bit questionable if I do say myself. Now he's gonna go attack and try to crash into an alien warrior with 3 sets.
Yeah, that's maybe he has another zombie in hand to
Could
where.
have a super rush.
Oh yeah, or a super rush. Super rush would be pretty good here.
But he's running 2 Wall of Ds with 20 cards. I really don't think he has a super rush. And if he does, it's only like 1. Because if you're running 3 econs, 2 Wall of Ds, like that's 5 protection cards and 20 cards. Like, is he even running back row removal?
Yeah.
Would be the question.
I mean, going for the trade here is very good. I feel like if you can trade with warrior, that's the best way to get rid of the warrior, because you do get rid of the counters. I don't know how I feel about this play from KO. Like, I think it's overall good to get the Ace recombination device to the graveyard for that search. But the actual card is not going to do a lot. I guess since he wasn't going to get any value out of his warrior anyway, maybe he wanted, to get something out of the warrior. At least this way. The warrior will get some damage through. You will get the Ace recombination search effect to search whatever you want from your deck. You can go aggressive next turn. You get more than just allowing Insano to trade here, and yeah, just get rid of your Alien Warrior. You have no Acer recombination device in your graveyard to like force a search or anything like that. I wonder if he was contemplating using the bacon there. I don't know why he would be though. Actually, I think the delay might have been on Chaos side. Maybe he has an enemy controller, contemplating to actually use the enemy controller on the Gosuki to keep the Gosuki on the board. And maybe either search or powerful rebirth the telepath. Start sniping off the back row, hopefully hitting the spirit, maybe being able to get out an overlord on top of that, putting counters on the monsters.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the delay is, if it is if it is insane. Oh, he had the Gosuki effect. I would assume this is a Red Eyes coming out here, trying to put some pressure on. Banish the Red Eyes even. Probably thinking along the lines of either this attack is going to go.
So he basically baited out the recombination, and now he's going to force KO to use another back row card. If he has one.
I don't think I like this play.
Okay, so you're gonna get 2 counters. Now he's gonna use Recom to either search for a telepath or a overload, depending on what he has in his hand, and that might be a bit devastating for Insano, depending on what his back row cards are.
If he has a powerful rebirth set,
I feel like it was a very odd play, but I guess I can see where he was coming from in making that play.
Yeah, because if that's a powerful rebirth set, he's actually just gonna get rid of both the back rows for free. And then depending on what the last protection card is, because like the Red Eye Spirit is unchainable here.
Do you think he should have summoned? He should have used recombination to search Overlord, and summon the Overlord, and then summon the telepath?
It depends. Like it all really depends on the back row.
Oh. Well, that was something I didn't expect.
Yeah,
I thought he had a monster in his hand. So dips the warrior, and
yeah, I mean now he's just gonna search the Overlord here, get out the Overlord.
It seems like a really weird order of ways to do that. Maybe he was trying to bait out like a curse or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because
it feels like a weird order to me, but maybe I haven't thought it through as much as he did there. But regardless, this is not looking good at all for Insano.
He didn't even attack. Oh, okay. So he didn't want to attack into the Wall of D. That makes sense actually.
Yeah.
And if
he's playing this patiently, he's in a really good position.
Yeah, because I'm assuming at this point that he does indeed have an enemy controller, because we didn't see the powerful rebirth come out to pop the other back row. We have seen 2 recombination devices already, so I think the set card is probably an enemy controller, which is going to preserve his counters to where he can just pop the Wall of D this turn. Oh no, actually, enemy controller. Actually. Or actually, enemy controller would have been game. Or no, he has bacon in hand, right? Oh, I think that's a time limit loss.
It says failed for me.
Yeah.
What does it say for you?
Yeah, it says failed. But usually that means time limit. From my experience in Screaming, I don't know if that's always the case.
Word on stream. All right. So I think they're gonna try to figure out what the correct play is here.
So always unfortunate uh, when it's this time. To be honest, I don't think Insano could have won that game. In the position.
I don't think so either.
Like, the back rows had to basically be dead, you know. Okay, so it seems like it was actually a connection error.
That it seems like it's on Konami's side. Yeah, for both players it says connection error. That is definitely on Konami's side.
So yeah, Insano had a spirit face down. I would assume that he was going to go for the econ take on the Overlord, and then, or actually maybe the telepath actually.
If KO had a wall of D face down, oh, I think Insano's taking the loss. Okay, yeah, Insano's taking the loss. He says either way, I would have lost. So we're gonna have KO
bringing this to a 5-7.
So KO, just for you to update on the stream,
yeah,
KO has 1 life left. Insano also has 1 life left. It is 4, or rather 5-7. They're catching up now, and All Day Senu Adobo eliminated, and Monkey Boy and Miliardo eliminated. So that is the state of the game right now. It is 1-1 for Insano and KO.
Yeah, and if we backtrack again to our conversation earlier of sending in CA before Flying Fish, they would have actually been 5-5 now, going into Insano's second blind deck versus KO's now alien deck.
Yeah, they're basically playing this game with 4. It's a 4v. They put themselves in a situation of a 4v5.
Yeah, right.
So I think they started their next duel.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so yeah, that's really unfortunate. But if Three Kings can still win this, that'd be really commendable. Although I would,
sure.
I don't know if I would say they deserve to win it preparation-wise. But you know, definitely in the outplaying sector, they definitely would.
Yeah, I would think that if they were to if they were to win this, it would probably be more so off of player skill, like their players actually just getting the better out of creeping death players rather than,
and a bit of luck depending on what decks are
of course,
by creeping death.
I mean, it's Duel Links, right? There's always like luck involved.
Oh no, I mean luck in terms of matchups.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let's say like you just happen to have good matchups left.
Yeah,
you know, that type of stuff.
So
regardless,
it seems like he's playing another Red Ice deck actually. So double Red Ice from Insano.
Different skill though, and that 200.
That's true.
That 200 will make a little bit of a difference here, but the main thing that's going to make a difference here is Storm. Early Storm plays is going to be very devastating for KO, so he has to make sure that he's prepared for that if that happens. But it doesn't look like we're going to see a turn 1 Storm, which I think this is a good idea anyway.
Yeah, this is looking really, really good for Insano actually already.
Yeah. I think that set is probably a telepath.
Hopefully for KO it is.
Yeah, so it is. Okay, that's really good for him.
Yeah, that's like what he needed.
Yeah. If that was a warrior, I don't think I would have wasted my recom like that.
Yeah, no. Unless I was for some reason in like a super desperate situation.
Yeah.
Which, looking at the field, his position was like pretty desperate anyway, because he needed the Acel probably to search like something like Overlord. He hit a Wall of D, so Insano is playing Wall of D in this deck as well. I was actually thinking that maybe he decided to play Wall of D in the Tided Binds deck, since the monsters are generally weaker there, and I'm assuming he had a specific matchup in mind when playing specifically the Tided Binds. But he's playing Wall of D in this deck as well, which makes me think that maybe he's not playing. Maybe he's not playing two storms.
Wow.
Wow. He actually
Re-
bluffed the insight there.
So that means he has a spirit in his hand?
I think the spirit is the last set card actually.
Well, why would you set an insight that is activatable? So
Okay. So sorry. You mean like that? Yeah. The last
think
card
his
in his
hand-
hand is probably spirit. Yes.
Yeah, he has a spirit set and a in his hand.
Yeah.
That's really bad for him.
Yeah, that's actually not a good position at all to be, especially versus 3 back row.
that's
Like, what are
really,
you
really bad.
actually just gonna do with a red ice? He needs to top deck a storm here, I think.
Dude, it looks like what KO said is actually really, or what 2-0 said is actually very much the truth. KO just is trying to be the hero here. Wow.
Okay.
He's gonna send red eyes. There's no question about it. He can't even send bacon. He has to send red eyes if he wants to have a chance of winning this duel.
He
Wow,
says
he's gonna
bacon.
send bacon.
I feel like
He has no red eyes in his grave, and he has double spirits set most likely. I mean, unless he was just very.
didn't he use insight turn 1?
Let's check.
Oh, that's a wall of D.
No, he didn't. He didn't use insight turn
Oh,
one.
he didn't use. Oh, okay.
He didn't use insight.
But
He
wh-
opened double spirit.
What did he send with the Gosuki? He must have sent a red ice then, since he just sent a because he just sent the bacon with the
so he
samurai
did-
skull.
yeah, I just looked at the log. He did send red eyes. That was the first thing he sent.
Yeah, so
to
that's
the graveyard.
definitely a double spirit then.
So
'Cause
he probably opened double spirit, insight, and Gazuki.
this attack actually went through. Okay, that's not what I would be expecting. Maybe he actually only has what's their name? Brainwash set. So maybe oh, that's a very good top deck. That's a very good top deck.
Dude, top decking recom is like broken.
Yeah, I think it's gamer. I think we're gonna see the telepath pop the last spirit, and then we're gonna see a brainwashing, and it's just gonna double attack through bacon, and it's gonna be game. Yeah, there we go. There's the second spirit. He's gone.
Yeah. So like I said, he opened double spirit.
Yeah, that's
Like-
very unfortunate. Double spirit
Yeah.
and insight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's rough. Was better recom or insight top deck? Yeah, that's a good question actually.
I think recom's probably better.
Yeah, I feel like recom is more situational, like, because insight is just active, you know.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. I guess it depends on the matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna set a card and.
KO's going on a run with aliens. I mean, he's 3-1 right now.
Yeah, he went.
And he's about to be 4-1.
Yeah, he went 2-1 with CA, and he's about to go 2-1 with aliens as well.
I think KO is rivaling Millardo's score now. Millardo is 4-2 with Mill, 4-0 with Mill, and then lost using his
Water deck versus
water
KO.
deck.
Yeah.
Against CA. I really didn't agree with that anyway. I think water with Mill is a really questionable thing to do, considering CA is still
Yeah, you like
very
you.
prevalent in Team Wars.
Yeah,
Not
you-
maybe in tournaments, but in Team Wars.
Yeah, you're just gonna lose to CA. Like if
And
some.
KO's a really good CA player too. So
Yeah, it's like if you do decide to play Water Mill and they do decide to counter you with the matchup they should counter you with, you're just gonna lose.
I think this is lethal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Phil.
NA math. There you go. 6-7, dude. This could have been 8 This
Yeah,
could have been 6-5.
yeah. This could have been 6 and
Like,
5. Three
KO's
Kings
trying
could
to
have been
write a
ahead right now.
story here. He's trying to win Player of the Week. He's trying to say, "Look, man, we were down, and I brought us back." He's trying to create a story here. It's now 6-7. All of a sudden, this went from 6-2, guys. To all you guys tuning in right now, it was 6-2 at one point. Miliardo went on a tear with Mill 4 in a row, and now KO has won 4 games, and he's 4-1.
Yeah, this
It's
was
almost
looking.
all evened up now.
Yeah, this was looking like this was not only looking like Creeping Death was going to just take this like a just sweep then like the entire Three Kings, but it looked like Miliardo himself was going to take down the entire team for a while there. But yeah, KO just brought it back for his team.
Yeah, dude, someone make sure that he submitted CA. Sleeping.
So let's see. I do believe it's Jay Dizzle coming in here.
Yeah, I think Jay Dizzle and Akuma are the only 2 players left.
Yeah, versus KO and Flips.
Half of KO and Flips.
Yeah.
Even the half of KO is pretty threatening at the moment.
Yeah, it's the half of KO is looking very strong right now, and
the K part is gone, but the O part is still there, and the O part looks pretty scary right now.
Yeah, and we're pretty late into the round now, or rounds rather. So
Right.
this is another point where it's really going to show what team did good preparation, because if Creeping Death,
this is the main part.
yeah, because if Creeping Death still has have decks to counter aliens with their only 2 players left, then their preparation must have been pretty good, right? Meanwhile, if they are going to, they still have a warrior deck ready.
Oh, I'm so slow into going into the game.
So let's see, we have Jay Dizzle. Definitely a favorable matchup for Jay Dizzle here. Looking to
Well, we haven't seen which form of water he's playing, because if this is Flyfish,
that is true.
It could be like Flyfish is like dinos. Like I put dinos and Flyfish in the same category. They're both super sacky, and like it's just it either works well or it doesn't. Now, if this is Abyss Soldier C stealth attack, then that's super rip.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's actually like there are so many, I guess, border decks that are viable now that you never really know if you're gonna run into like the hard counter or just like a decent matchup, right? So he took a very long time deciding on what to do that turn. Ended up just setting 2 cards. Yeah, this is looking like the Gishki engine coming up right here.
Yeah. So I forgot the name of the card, but I think this is the 1800 defense Gishki monster in defense. Gishki Ariel or something.
Oh, okay. So
Gishki
he had
Beast.
a beast. So I'm thinking his hand is pretty weak. Because the beast is generally the card you want to follow up with. And I believe that Gishki Beast can't... okay, it can. Okay, it can summon itself. Or another copy of itself, I guess. So maybe he opened 2 beasts? Oh no, he just didn't open another monster, really. Okay, so I'm thinking his hand right now is full of C-stealth attacks and whales. And he just doesn't have a way to get them out, which is extremely unfortunate for Jay Dizzle here. And I really hope that KO doesn't have a recombination device set, because he probably had game if he just used the recombination device in the end phase there.
Okay, so the alien telepath attack gonna go through, and the warrior attack. He's only down to his last 600 life points.
Yeah.
4 cards in hand, 1 card set on the field. it's, it's not looking good for him, dude. This is supposed to be a matchup that you destroy aliens in, and so far it's been the opposite. He really doesn't have much answers for the 3 back row and 2 aliens on the field. Maybe he's trying to build up for something and make a strong, devastating play, but I don't know. It's just
Even if he gets the whale out at this point, like double enemy
might be too
controller, like recombination device brainwash or recombination device enemy control, like so many.
Wow.
Yeah.
is this the comeback? KO is 5-1.
With
The
with the help
story
of a brick there, it seems like KO is just gonna turn this one around, which
Dude,
is very impressive.
the story is being written.
Yeah.
Dark Ink. It is 7-7, guys. At one point, this was 6-2. Are we going to see creeping death, or are we seeing choking death? And the death is not of 3 kings. The death is of themselves. We're about to see creeping death with
holy shit.
only J-Dizzle and Akuma left, and KO with KO and flips, or 3 kings with KO and flips left. It is all tied up. I would hate to see creeping death just go down like this, but
And
like Tut said, it comes down to how well you prepared for this moment. The end game is the most important. You can build a lead, but if you lose that lead and you can't recover and maintain the lead you built, that's how chokes happen, and that's what we've seen time and time again
yeah.
in Team Wars.
And it's because it's wow, I lost my train of thoughts.
Oh, my bad.
Oh no, yeah, no.
I'm just
Actually,
I'm
so because KO, according to chat, right? KO was the one who made the decision to send in flying.
according to 2-0.
Yeah, according to Tuo, to send in
Team
the
owner.
flying fish instead of going in himself, and now he is the one who is making up for that mistake, right? Because I think we can all agree on that call was a mistake.
Yeah,
But
there were a
he's
lot of
making
mistakes
up
by
for it.
3 kings today.
Yeah, but he's making up for it, right? Like he's
Yeah.
saying, okay, I made a mistake, I made a bad call, but I'm gonna clean this up. I'm
And
gonna
he is.
I'm gonna carry my team. And he's just putting everyone on his back, like, and just running away.
Yeah, I mean, wow. We're gonna see a Red Eyes Aliens again.
Yeah,
KO is just not losing to Red Eyes, man.
yeah. He seems to have this matchup on lock.
And wow, he opened Bacon, or is he maybe? Yeah, he opened Bacon.
Yeah,
I don't think that's too bad, though.
it
Honestly,
depends on what the follow-up play is.
Right. So far, dude,
I
two
feel like-
spirits and
yeah.
an insight in the last Red Eyes versus Aliens. A just totally terrible brick with water, and now we could see another possible brick. That would be 3 games in a row. Oh man, that is so unfortunate for Creeping Death if that's the case. He just passed.
Wait,
Oh no, he didn't pass.
Oh yeah, I'm like, what? That hasn't happened for me, yes.
My hourglass moved, and I thought he was going to pass, but he didn't pass.
Oh,
so.
okay, I see.
Right, so he has a monster. That's really good
Yeah,
to show that he didn't completely brick.
yeah. At least he has something, right?
Now, if he sends a red eye zombie to the grave, that will tell you that he probably has a spirit in his hand. And if he sends a samurai skull, then that's really good for him. That means he probably has a very strong hand. So I'm assuming his hand is mostly back row, and he probably has a storm or 2 in his hand. Based on sending samurai skull to the grave, he probably doesn't have spirit.
So he just summoned Samurai Skull and passed, actually. If a recombination device comes out here, this could be game. So a recombination device would be game if he has Brainwash set. Yeah. Because he would just search Overlord, special summon Overlord, Brainwash, take the Samurai Skull, and he has game. No, he doesn't have game through Bacon. I'm stupid. Don't listen to me.
He could also have 2 red zombies in his hand.
Yeah. That
That
seems
could
more
also be
likely considering what just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went for the Curse of Anubis here just to be able to get over the Samurai Skull. It's looking like KO is actually planning on capitalizing on this brick, because I think he noticed just like you did right
KO
now.
not attack that one turn?
No, he attacked into the bacon.
Oh. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that's right. He said a bacon. Alright, that's one.
But yeah, so I think KO also realized that, you know, his hand is probably Red Eyes. Maybe Red Eyes and a level 4 monster or something.
Yeah,
So
I
he
feel like at
decided.
this point it's either broken and Jay Dizzle's just waiting for the right moment, or it's just terrible.
Yeah.
Which would be so unfortunate, man. This would be the third game in a row that we're seeing a Bricks do so much damage. And I mean, I'm telling you, man, titles of the stream says Three Kings are seeing Creeping Death. I don't see bricks and potatoes anywhere, so we have none of that brick action going on. Featuring bricks and potatoes. Commentary seat.
Yeah, true. Okay, so we see the Cosmic Cyclone. Was that atop the Cosmic Cyclone? I didn't see exactly where it came out from. There is a recombination device on his own monster, since there is no enemy monster on the board to use it on. Yeah, it didn't get a lot of value from that Cosmic Cyclone.
Not
No,
at
actually,
all,
he
and-
he managed to banish the A-Cell recombination device. It's actually really strong. Not giving him the search
Oh, yeah, that's
option
right.
there.
That's right.
But he still needs, he needs so much, probably. Okay, there is a Gosuki coming out. Probably just... You know, I don't even think he's going to attack, because he saw the Wall of D in a previous game, so he's probably just going to pray that it's not enemy controller sets, and potentially save himself with Bacon Saber. And we're probably going to see a Gosuki hit the graveyard here, actually, to get out that Red Eyes. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
So it is Jay Dizzle's turn, and he's still very in a very tough position, but he's gonna get that Red Eye Zombie onto the field. Bacon is not banished; it's still in the grave, and he's gonna be attacking into 2 back row.
Yeah, so he's just gonna go for it here. Not
So
afraid
very
of the
smart.
Wall of D.
Right, so he's very smart to use Gazuki to attack into Alien Warrior, because Alien Warrior puts counters on the card that destroys it, and he doesn't want any counters on that Red Eye Zombie. And now he's going to attack the Telepath with the Red Eye Zombie. Like you said, not afraid to attack into a Wall of D, and it doesn't look like we're going to see a Wall of D. Otherwise, that would have been game.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there is a delay, but it could just be the Bacon Saber if the set cards are dead.
I feel like it might be a recon. Oh. Wow, dude, all of a sudden, this is looking pretty bad for KO. I wonder what his back row cards are.
Yeah,
I mean, what
that's
could they
really
possibly be?
strange.
Powerful Rebirth could be one,
Yeah.
which would be, I mean, I don't know, dude. Look,
Oh wow, he top
Banishing?
decked Overlord.
yeah. That is so clutch.
If he has a
And if he has a
powerful
powerful-
Rebirth,
That's over.
yeah.
That's over. And look, man, like you said earlier,
And there it is.
dude, the banishing of the alien recombination device, that would have been so amazing in this situation if KO had not top decked the Overlord. But he did top deck the Overlord, and this is gonna, I think this is exact, or not exact, but this is not lethal yet, but
But what is the lost card, I'm wondering? Is it another powerful Rebirth?
yeah, I think
enemy
so. I think
controller?
so.
Brainwashing? Because all of those things are game right here.
I think it's either brainwashing or another Rebirth.
Because Rebirth, he would get another alien on the board, which would put them at minus 1900. I guess that's not game, but he would be able to take control of the board
Yeah.
to a game-winning
He
state.
needs if it's an econ,
Yeah, Econ is
He has
obviously
game.
also game right here. Brainwash also game right here.
Like KO could actually lose here if that Red Eyes is not.
Recombination device also game right here.
I think he would have used Recom last turn though. Like it would have been
Yeah.
a misplay to not use it last turn. Oh, he's another Red Eyes? No way. So he did have 2 Red Eyes in his hand. Oh no, he has a Kazuki.
Maybe
interesting.
if there is a brainwash, maybe he's too afraid to use it now. No,
Brainwash
actually,
is
brainwash
game.
is game still. Oh, it is an enemy controller. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so that is definitely game. KO 6-1. Oh my god.
KO just going in right now.
3 Kings were down 2-6. If you are just tuning in, 3 Kings were down 2-6, and now they're up 8-7. What a story by KO. He is 2-0 came into the chat. Tut and I were bashing on 3 Kings, saying, why did KO not go earlier against Mill? Cyber
Pero,
Angels
Tana?
is so strong against Mill, and you know, KO did not go earlier, but 2-0 is like, man, KO is writing a story here. He's trying to make a comeback and get player of the week, and that's exactly what's probably going to happen here. 5-1, man.
Yeah, that's.
They have no answers to aliens.
Yeah, they just seem to. I guess maybe. I feel like Red Eyes is like a fair matchup. In 3 Red Eyes games, I feel like you should have won one of them, right? Based on like
They did break on 2 of them.
Yeah. Oh,
And honestly, he didn't draw too hot in this one either.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It really sucks on their part.
yeah. But what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, matchup wise, I feel like, Creeping Death should have been able to deal with the alien right now, but they have been getting very unlucky with their draws. Like there's no denying that.
So we're gonna see Akuma. That's it. But before that, I want to thank you all for watching so far. 3 Kings and Creeping Death. If you don't know the history behind this, this was the championship game last season. 3 Kings and Creeping Death, and Creeping Death did win in a different format. They won 2-1 in rounds, and they won the championship title. But 3 Kings definitely hungry for that redemption. And if you're interested in Team Wars watching us, make sure you hit the follow button to see our future content. We're going to be trying to stream 2 to 3 games every single week for you guys. And especially this week, we're going to have a lot of stream games. Bricks and Potatoes versus the Renegades. 2 4-0 teams are going to be playing it off on this channel right here. Make sure you tune into that. Hit that follow button. Turn those notifications on. Additionally, make sure you join our Discord server. I mean, we have an amazing Discord server. It's so active. The general chat in the Discord server is so active. People are trash talking all the time, throwing jokes around each other, helping each other out too. That happens as well. But
Yeah,
be sure-
screaming against each other. Like there's a lot
Yeah,
going on in the
screaming.
Team Wars Discord.
Yeah, even if you're not a part of a team, you can still be involved in some way or another. And look, we need refs as well. If you feel like you would be a good referee for our matches, be sure to join that Discord and let Justin or Hoor or Soup know. And we're always open to adding more refs. But other than that, Andy Sang is ready now. He's done with whatever he had to do, and I'm gonna be signing
I was
off.
here the whole time, guys.
I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. That's it for me. Good luck to 3 Kings and Creeping Death. I hope to see a very competitive match. All clean play. That's it from me. Peace, bros. Catch you later.
Yeah, see it. Thanks for casting today. Alright, so I guess we're waiting for. I don't know if something happened. It seems like Akuma might be AFK. Okay, no, there he is. He just joined the table as I said that. But that's
So from what I've seen, I haven't been able to watch tune into all of it, but from what I've seen, KO's been cleaning up.
yeah. So Three Kings were actually down 6-2, or 2-6, however you want to put it. Mainly because of a bad call made, like who to send in versus Mill. But then KO just came in with Side Rangers and Aliens, and he's been on a killing spree ever since. And now we're seeing again Aliens versus Red Eyes coming out here. This time a 22 card Red Eyes deck. So let's see what happens. We see the one set card again. Could this be another Bacon turn 1? Yeah, that's another Bacon Saber turn 1. Of course, KO playing with balance, which is the like anti-brick skill, right? He might.
Your opinion of balance versus restart? What's your opinion of balance versus restart?
I think it depends a lot on how many overlords you're playing. I think if you're playing 2 overlords, like my personal opinion is that you run restart, because you can very easily brick with balance. Also, I feel like there are a lot of balanced hands, like hands that have the balance with monsters and spell cards that are still very weak hands that you would want to restart.
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty big fan of restart myself, just because I like 2 overlords.
Yeah, same. I prefer playing 2 overlords. I feel like one is a little bit fragile. I don't know if KO is playing 2 or 1. I mean, he's doing hella work right now, going in on everybody right now. So he's obviously doing something right, right?
Yeah.
The or the ACED recombination device coming out here on the Samurai Skull.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Sends an alien overlord. Oh no, alien warrior to the graveyard. He's going to lose all the counters though. So he only really got the search out of that.
It's like recombination's like a trap card, and then it also searches you a monster. It's so good.
Yeah. So I'm assuming his hand is pretty good, considering he was willing to spare the card like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's true, huh? He still has to deal with the spirit anyways.
Yeah. So see another telepath coming out actually. No counters though, so can't use the telepath effect. I feel like this is probably one of those.
He must have like a second recombination.
Mm.
Or that's what Akuma's afraid of. He's afraid if he spirits back his Red Eyes in defense, it's gonna get recombination device, and then he's gonna lose his eyes.
Yeah. That's a very.
This line of play probably has Storm in his hand. We could see a big Storm play come out.
Yeah, big Storm play would hurt KO a lot here.
Like if he has chains the spirit and he summons any 1700, he can clear his whole board, and he only has to deal with the recombination in the grave and possibly one more that's set.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like he has it.
Okay, so yeah, he's just gonna summon the Gosuki, probably send another Red Eyes to the graveyard. Or maybe just a Samurai Skull.
Yeah, he really did that.
Yeah, he sends the Red Eyes to the graveyard.
Other Red Eyes? I think we all know what that means.
Spirit in hand. Sets another card. Sets 2 cards actually. Passes, okay. I feel like this game is pretty even, but I also feel like this game is going to get blown out of the waters the moment KO draws a recombination device, or if Akuma draws a Storm.
Yeah, that's definitely. It's basically whoever can clear the other's monster.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the Overlord coming out right here.
Yeah.
Does Akuma? Do we know if Akuma plays Oh, is this his first game? It is, huh?
Yeah, it is Akuma's first game, so we don't know anything that we haven't seen.
If I were KO, I would probably pop the card on the right.
Oh yeah.
Well, definitely you don't pop the one in the middle, but like, and it's 50-50 left or right. Oh, he wants the, oh, it's enemy controller.
Oh, interesting.
Dang, we all got baited. We all got baited, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting enemy controller. I just assumed he was actually trying to force the spirit.
It had crossed my mind like once when he summoned the Gozuki, so maybe he wanted to go to like use Gozuki, Storm Chain Econ, and then crash the 2 telepaths. But I didn't. After he started setting, I didn't think it'd be enemy controller.
Yeah.
So there is no second recombination device.
He's probably just gonna pass here, right? Even if he has oh no, he's actually going to attack. Okay. I guess just wanting to force more cards if possible. Probably like trading 1-for-1 for enemy controller. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Enemy control. I wouldn't. If I had a recombination device here, I probably wouldn't use it. Oh, he wants to go for game.
Oh. I think he might have another
have
enemy
another?
controller.
Yeah, that's the only way this makes sense.
Yeah.
Unless like, I guess he could have recombination device.
I
This is
think
like
the only way Akuma doesn't lose is if he goes for the econ take
a
right now.
spirit and another. He has to like. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because yeah, at this point I feel like he has to assume the double econ play, because that play,
Yeah.
like the only way that play made sense was a double enemy controller.
So this game can still very easily be like changed by one storm top deck right here.
Yeah. Yeah, Storm here would be huge.
Oh no.
Oh, another monster.
But that might be enough, to be honest. Like if he's trying to play around in a recombination device or an econ potentially.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But KO pretty much knows that the set card is a spirit, so he knows he can freely do something like a recombination device if he has one or draws one, or
Yeah.
even try to force. Because again, he probably has another enemy controller, so he might try to force another econ take victory. That's a powerful rebirth. Probably
But
going
here's
to
something
search the warrior and trade. Yeah,
If
he's
Storm with an insane top deck right here, he would have used the Samurai Skull's effect to try to thin his deck and try to get to Storm, but he chose not to do that.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter though. I think KO's taking another life.
Oh, Super Rush Hellong actually. Wow. So he doesn't even have a spirit right now.
But he should have an enemy controller, right? Oh no, he just said it. So last turn the card he saw is all the way on the left, so he could not activate that last turn. So if he had double enemy controller, then he would have to have left it in his hand, which means the card he just set is probably the second enemy controller right here.
And he probably set the second enemy controller because just like we did, he assumed the set card was spirit, right? So
Yeah.
he figured he actually doesn't have game that turn anyway, so there's no point in
That's pretty
like
pretty
messing-
crazy. If he had
Yeah.
left the enemy controller in his hand, that would have been game.
Yeah. Well, like just like from Chaos point of view, he didn't have game there in any way, so there was no reason
Yeah.
not to set the enemy controller.
I think it would be smart, like it would be a really good read on Akuma's part to play as if the card all the way on the right is an enemy controller.
Mhm.
Even if it isn't, it's whatever, but like that should be what you're trying to play around right now
Yeah.
if you're like not down.
I feel like both players have been playing this really well, because we've had a few wonky games today,
Oh yeah.
or just like
Is it
or
really?
yeah, sometimes just like one or two plays in a game, but still like make like it can make the entire game pretty wonky.
No.
But
I think this game's over. If we're right and the right card is enemy controller, this should be game.
yeah, and
Oh,
that
wait, no, it
didn't
isn't, huh?
seem to have a delay. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. There comes the spirit.
The prismatic spirit coming through, guys.
Yeah. Better late than never, right? I mean, okay, so he
Mhm.
decided to just pass there, yeah. I mean, enemy controller wouldn't have done anything there aside from just killing his own monster.
Yeah, like what could he top deck anymore? Like he doesn't have a lot of good draws anymore.
Yeah, not even
Can't even
Storm
draw
would be
Storm.
good
Like,
here.
Yeah. Well, he had like at least like 3 or 4 turns where Storm would have won him the game. Now
Mhm.
it's gonna do like nothing.
Yeah.
If he was trying to play around Wall of D as well, I mean like his opponent didn't have a Wall of D, so
But I guess also when you do play 22 cards, like when you brick or when you open weak, it's going to be harder for you to draw into your win conditions, obviously,
for sure.
since you have those 2 extra cards.
hmm
And I think that's like what we're seeing in this game, just not being able to draw into your win condition, where having 2 less cards could have drawn you into the win
Mhm.
condition when you needed it.
Definitely. I think attacking here is definitely correct. Like it already beats Wall of D, and you need to get rid of that monster so he doesn't try to kill you with Econ.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he-
he's not gonna attack.
Hmm.
Now I would definitely attack here.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
he
that's
plays
the only
really well.
option.
Like I think he's playing too scared right now.
Yeah. I feel like unless the card he just set is amazing, he's not in a position where he can play safe. Yeah, there's the
Well, it's
ace
also, like, he's not-
device.
Like he's not afraid of he doesn't lose to any specific card in the meta. Like maybe Super Rush, but we haven't seen Super Rush, right?
I mean,
Wall of D
he
is
would
pretty popular, but it's not enough.
he would
Like
lose
enemy
to
controller- yeah,
Acel, probably.
that ASL is probably gonna win him the game.
Yeah.
I would definitely attack here. I would have definitely attacked here.
Yeah, I think attacking was like the only real play.
Yeah.
And there he probably had to. I mean, if he went for the econ take, I guess he didn't really have a top deck that could actually help him. Because if the foremost right card is
Oh,
enemy
he doesn't
controller,
have an enemy controller.
so that isn't enemy controller. Wow. So we were actually wrong. So when we thought he went for the double enemy controller play, he
Yeah,
must have gone for
that's-
something else.
But what other play would make sense there? Like obviously you're trying to play around the spirit. Like
Yeah,
what other play would make sense to waste an enemy controller on to take the Gozuki? You know?
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to force cards to make Storm less valuable.
Yeah. Honestly, he would be in such a good position right now if he just attacked earlier.
Yeah. I mean, he win now anyway. He can search with the Acel.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't even really matter what he searches. Like as long as he searches for a
Well, he might not he might not play a second Overlord. He plays balance, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't need an Overlord. He can just summon any alien, and the counters would be enough.
One thing that I forgot to say about this matchup is that Wasteland is actually really good in this matchup
Hmm.
because Overlord cannot get over Red Eyes when you have Wasteland up, but it can kill the Red Eyes if you don't have Wasteland up.
Yeah. That's game. KO takes
Because-
another life. Holy. With his aliens, another red eyes actually. He just keeps
I mean,
chopping
like,
down
it's
the
not,
red
even,
eyes.
it's not even guaranteed that you would win that game if you attack the telepath, but I think not attacking is definitely the losing play.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh wait, hold up, I've done this.
So let's see. Creeping Death right now have one more deck, and this deck actually needs to
Yep.
take down 3 lives, which granted
They
is
only
very
have one
possible.
death left. Okay, might be getting a player of the week.
Very
you-
possible. He brought this back from 6-2. So KO has been putting in a lot of work. Like, granted, some matches were due to his opponent's bricking, but you know, overall he's been playing.
Hey
Just-
man, we take those.
Yeah, because like no one is going to break like 5 matches in a row. You know, he's been playing, and even the matches where his opponents like bricked, he's still been playing those matches well from like his point of view, right? So definitely stellar performance from KO.
Nobody bricks 5 games in a row, dude, unless his name is Tut Top.
True. So let's see if Akuma is going to change to his last deck here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, if KO wins this, it's actually going to go 8-1, and not only is it going to go, yeah, but it's going to go 8-1 versus Creeping Death, last season's winners, which is very, very impressive.
Balance, right?
Yeah. So this might be Glads.
I feel like it's Gladiators.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, I mean, it could be Aliens, but I just feel like it's Gladiators. Especially like another good tell that it's Gladiators sometimes is that they have 2 monsters in hand. It's a much higher chance just because if I'm correct, they only play. I guess they both only play 8 monsters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Aliens have like a high, for whatever reason, they have a higher chance to set 3 back row and a monster.
Yeah, like KO just did.
Yeah, exactly. See, it wasn't because he.
Yeah, so KO is basically playing this as if it's the Alien Mirror, since he doesn't know if it's Gladiators yet, and even if it is Gladiators, he wouldn't want to swing into the face-down card.
Well, you would at least want to summon it in attack position. Like right now, it's super. So like one of the biggest cheese plays you can do with Gladiators when your opponent doesn't know it's a Gladiator deck and they think it's an Alien deck is you can set a monster and they'll think it's Alien, so they'll set a monster, and you can set another monster, they'll do that, and on your 13 you can like set a monster, surprise Heraclinos.
Yeah. But it's not looking like it's Gladiator piece either, because I feel like he would have definitely set a monster the previous turn. Yeah,
it is Alien.
So there it is. The Alien.
Yeah, after he didn't set the card in his hand, that makes me feel like it was an Overlord.
Yeah, and Akuma
or like a back.
is actually. So yeah, Akuma is actually only playing 20 cards, which automatically forces Akuma to go on the aggressive. Versus
well, he also was forced to go first, so
yeah, but KO is playing 21 cards, so it didn't matter if he went first or second. KO is always going to have the extra card.
Curse of Anubis.
Yeah,
man, he better have like really good backer right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know if the curse was really needed. Oh wow, okay, going for the Feng Huang here. Holy shit.
Oh shit. And
it just gets everything.
I think his toggle off or something. I guess it doesn't matter. Actually, no, it kind of matters.
Yeah, it matters a lot actually.
You can at least protect your monster.
Yeah.
That was 2 recombination devices set.
Huh. You should have definitely chained the
toggle
Acels. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, like, your opponent tribute summons a monster, like, your first instinct is that it's just an Overlord.
yeah, I was about to say an Overlord coming out, but no. The Feng Huang. We haven't seen him play Feng this entire streak. And now it's coming out in the Alien Mirror. I mean, this game is... I don't see how he would come back.
He didn't draw the Feng Huang at all when he played against Red Eyes, or any of the other matches.
Yeah, but KO quite often had one card in hand that we didn't really know what it was, right? So
yeah, maybe Aliens are just that good.
Yeah,
they can play you with 3 cards.
Maybe. It's like opening Valkyrian with magnets and still win.
He's actually not. Akuma's actually not that far behind. Like, he has 3 cards in hand, but he has 2 recombination devices in the grave.
Yeah,
he essentially has 5 cards to work with, whereas his opponent, KO, has 5 cards as well, but one of them's Feng Huang. Pretty low chance that he's going to get value out of that card again.
But then
so it's really only 4 cards top deck into 5, and then recombination here, which is just going to be 1 for 1.
Yeah, there's the Acel. the thing
Yeah.
is, it's a lot safer for KO to go on the aggressive now um, compared to Akuma because
Yeah.
you know going on the aggressive requires
Well,
you
yeah, like
to
in terms of like actual cards they have, it's the same. But in terms of card quality, KO definitely has the advantage.
yeah, and KO can pretty safely search his deck now and know that he's going to out resource his
Well, yeah,
opponent.
it's amazing. He top decked the telepath, which means he can just search for the overlord with the recombination now.
Yeah.
That's just really good for him.
Ooh,
Enemy controller.
Econ
That's
Taker.
that's actually exactly what. That's
Yeah.
like the only card you could have.
That's
The
really
other
good
issue
for
I see
Akuma.
for
I mean, here's the thing. Like, sure, enemy controller was the one card he needed in that situation, but like, look at this.
yeah. Well, here's the other issue with Akuma now, right? He got two of his recombination devices destroyed,
Yeah.
so he only has one card left that can efficiently put counters on his opponent.
Yeah.
In a game state like this where you're behind hella cards, you need a power card like that, and he only has one left.
Yeah. On top of that, I think he already used two of his warriors as well.
Oh yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, so he has like one warrior and one Acel, which is just like not good at
No,
all.
he'll have powerful reverse as well, but like that's only gonna do so much for you.
Yeah. And the powerful rebirth is probably gonna get forced like super hard anyway by telepath and such. So he decided
Yeah,
to search the
need, like some really like hot tech, like
yeah.
almost as good as Fang Huang, but not
Yeah, I
even
was
Fang
about
Huang.
to say you would need something like Feng Huang, but yeah, searching the warrior here. Hoping I don't even know what his plan is with the warrior, to be honest. Like, is
If
he just
he had
gonna
a-
set it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
If he had changed the combination device to the Fang Huang's effect, he could have at least protected his alien warrior.
mm-hmm.
Maybe he would have gotten, an extra, like he would have gotten an extra 1800 damage in,
Yeah.
and then what's his name? KO would have to play around a Wall of D really hard, or like play around a third recombination device because he's only at 400. But now that's not even really a solid win condition. He pretty much just has to cheese his opponent by summoning Overlord and attacking for like a ton of damage and hoping he doesn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the Overlord. See, look how like recklessly KO is playing. Usually in the mirror match, you never want counters on your own monsters. He put counters on his own monster.
Yeah, but it's because he's in a position where he can play
Well,
aggressive, right?
That's the tribute. I think it's a tribute for Fang Huang again, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the only play. It doesn't even matter what card this. It has to be curse. Yeah,
You can see
it's
Greed
custom.
playing. Like he just took like a -3 off of that Fang Huang play, but it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
he's just like right now he's playing for tempo.
Yeah,
He's just trying to end the game quickly. Give his opponent as little cards as possible. Like having 2 cards to your opponent's 1 card is way better than having 5 cards to your opponent's 4 cards.
Mm-hmm. And he's even just gonna thin his deck here for, like, just to draw a better card next turn.
Yeah. Okay. He attacked correctly as well.
Yeah. So Akuma right now has one Aced recombination device in his graveyard, 2 cards in hand. Like,
Yeah.
it's not impossible
He
for
would
him to
need-
come back from this position, right?
What he would need here is he would need a third recombination device, so that he could search Overlord and try to like kill the Overlord for 2200 exact game.
Yeah.
Or he'd have like some enemy controller play, I guess. But like, what if he has a way to get game right here? I would just go for it. Like, what choice do you have?
Yeah, for sure. But Akuma's been forced to... Like, Akuma has been forced to play aggressive the entire game, or as aggressive as he can be, because he would deck out first. While as KO could decide when he had enough,
Yeah.
enough, tempo, enough cards, enough
Well,
protection
KO could
to
have won this
go
game just
aggressive.
by like reacting. He didn't have to. He wasn't forced to do anything.
Yeah. And yeah, he just sets a monster. That's probably a set telepath as well.
Judging from like the 2 games I've watched of Akuma and previous games I've watched, I noticed he's a very passive player. Like he rarely will go for the all in. You know, like Harambe is like known for just like going for it.
Yeah, he's going full
I
ape.
think Akuma is the opposite. He plays very timid.
I wonder what KO is gonna do here. Like the only card he's afraid of would be like Wall of D and
Yeah. Oh, he's not even gonna play into it.
oh
That's surprising to me. Like, if you're gonna do that, I'd rather just attack with Overlord. I guess he's really afraid of getting enemy controlled for game.
yeah, maybe his protection isn't that strong anymore.
Well, I feel like, I don't know. Like I said, I would if I had enemy controller, I would have just gone for it there.
Yeah.
But maybe he recognizes that maybe Akuma has it and he's just afraid to use it. So yeah.
Yeah, because
Here's a position where like that not using that recombination device on the Fang Huang is like it's giving KO a lot of breathing room because now he can afford to walk into something like a Wall of D or a recombination device
yeah,
because he's at 2200 compared to if he was at 400 he would have to play very passive, probably go for a deck out win, but he doesn't like. But right now, that's probably Akuma's biggest win condition actually.
yeah. I
Trying to
think
deck out,
yeah. After this
Actually,
turn,
if-
I feel like that's what he should be
If
playing for.
Akuma has a Wall of D set, he could very likely win this game. Now that I think about it, like think about it, you have a set monster, he attacks, you go Wall of D. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
of course the Fang. I actually
yeah.
completely forgot about the Fang. I
Yeah,
feel
as
like
soon as
Akuma
as
did
soon
as
I saw
well.
the circle, I'm like, never mind, this game is over.
Yeah. I mean the power for the rebirth, sure. Oh, yeah, you're gonna summon it in defense. Then what? Like actually, enemy controller just flipped that alien warrior to attack mode. It's game.
Yeah. I mean, you could also attack with the Fang Huang and then enemy controller take the warrior. It's just like
Yeah.
if he has econ, this game no matter what.
And I mean, you can just clear everything as well, even without Econ. Just attack in the wrong order.
Oh,
Okay,
he definitely has econ if he's attacking. If he's attacking like that, he definitely has econ. Congratulations,
100%.
KO.
Holy shit, KO going, I believe, 8-1 versus Creeping Death, pulling his
That's like
team.
the third player to do that this week.
Yeah, just pulling his team from the jaws of defeat and just carrying them back. Holy shit, that's very, very, very impressive.